Masters World Championship and the EMS One Katowice Grand Finals in front of probably the best crowd we've ever had. Today is finals day. We have 3 phenomenal finals to bring you. First up, we're going for Counter-Strike Global Offensive in the EMS One Katowice Grand Final, where Virtus.pro take on Ninjas in Pyjamas. We'll then move on to StarCraft 2 with $100,000 on the line for winner takes all, and we'll end the day on League of Legends. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic day. As I said, we'll start off with Counter-Strike, and we need a trophy. So to bring out the trophy, please welcome the host of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, EMS One, Katowice, Sean Charles.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the EMS One Katowice Finals. We have had an absolutely phenomenal 4 days of action, and this on the final day promises to be nothing short of spectacular. Let's take a look at our first finalists, the Ninjas in Pyjamas.
We don't know who we're gonna play yet, but it will be really awesome if we play against a Polish team, because I can just imagine how many Polish fans are gonna be here and cheering for them. It's gonna be a really tough task for us.
We have played Team Dignitas here in the semi-finals, and I think we played really well. We followed the game plan as we had before, and we just executed everything. Everything felt really good that we did, and I don't know, everything just clicked. It felt really good.
Our team is super excited to be in the final here in Katowice, and I want to see a grand final versus Virtus.pro. I think it's going to be the most amazing game ever. Our team has prepared very well for this tournament, and we're happy to be in the final.
We don't know who we're going to play yet in the final. It's either LGB or Virtus.pro, but I think we're going to prepare for them no matter what. We're going to see the final now, and then we're going to have the last tactical talk before the game tomorrow as well. So we should be prepared for any of the teams. So.
I think the best opponent for us would be the Polish team, Virtus.pro. And I think it would be the best game to play here in Katowice. I think the audience is amazing over here, and I think that would be the best final. We are NiP, and we can do it.
And of course, in a final, there must be 2. Let's take a look at Virtus.pro.
this day was like mistakes day. So I hope that we used every stupid shit we had. Sorry, you can cut it or not. And tomorrow we will just destroy NiP, because that's the main goal I have.
Tomorrow we're gonna play NiP, which is probably the most successful team in Counter-Strike Global Offensive history. But in 1.6 we used to win major events against them a few times, so we know we can win it, but it's not going to be easy.
NiP is very strong, but my team is amazing, and I believe in my team.
The atmosphere is pretty good. We have a lot of fun outside the tournament. The team is well prepared.
We have 6 players. We have 5 guys and just humongous, amazing crowd which will need to help us, and hopefully we can secure the win, not only for us, but also for every fan who came here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the stage the Ninjas in Pyjamas! Get right. What is it like standing in front of this audience?
Unbelievable, just unbelievable. It's an amazing crowd. I know everyone is here, mostly cheering for the Virtus.pro guys, but it's an honor to play on this stage in front of this amazing crowd.
Now you've played phenomenally throughout the entire tournament. What exactly what thoughts are going through your mind as you stand here about to play for the finals and this magnificent trophy?
Nothing really. I'm just trying to prepare mentally and just go into the game that we're playing against the whole crowd pretty much, and the Virtus.pro guys, and we will try our best to win the game. I don't know more to say.
Well, I can say right now, I wish you the best of luck. Guys, please take your seats. And of course, that means we need to invite onto stage, round of applause, guys, the Ninjas in Pyjamas. And that, of course, means we need to invite their opponents up. A team that realistically does not need introduction, but it fills me with great pride to do it. So, Katowice, please welcome to the stage, Virtus.pro. Taz, we've spoken over the last couple of days several times about playing in front of this crowd. What are you feeling right now?
Dziękujemy, że jesteście z nami!
I couldn't have said it better myself. Now, obviously, this would be an epic final in any circumstance, but playing in Poland, did you believe that you'd make it here?
It was our goal. It was our dream, but it's not finished. The job is not done yet.
Now, a lot has been made of your preparation coming into this competition, and it's really stead you well. It was a big game yesterday. What do you expect for this game?
I expect it's going to be at least as tough as yesterday. Ninjas in Pyjamas are very strong, but before this event, we prepared very hard, and we feel that all of us, our aims are ready to change the champion, to change the #1 in the world.
There you have it, the #1 in the world. That's what's on the line today, ladies and gentlemen. Please, Virtus.pro, take your seats. Two phenomenal teams, what promises to be one epic final, playing for that outstanding trophy, and of course, as they said, being #1. But of course, in order to do that, we will pass over to the man who always can, and that is Sir Scoots.
Thank you very much, Sean. I am honored to be here at this desk. This is an amazing day. Obviously, $250,000 on the line. You know, I've been in esports for 15 years, and we often joked late night in the bar of, wouldn't it be cool if Counter-Strike was in a stadium? Wouldn't it be cool if we were giving away big prize purses? So I first off want to say hello to the world, but then I want to say hello to Poland. How are you all doing? Poland! Absolutely astounding. You bring tears to this old man's eyes, and I think that this is just the start, gentlemen. Of course, I'm not here alone. I could not do this alone. I'm joined by Sean Garris, the in-game leader of Complexity, and my man Kadian, been with me all weekend long, in-game leader of Mouse Sports. Give it up for these two guys as well. All right, gentlemen, let's jump right into it. We got a full day ahead of us. Impressions so far of the tournament. Unfortunately, you're with us today because you're not sitting on the stage, which is unfortunate, but walk us through your weekend. Let's start with you, Sean.
Sure, well, I mean, our group stage started off pretty well. We defeated Clan Mystic, lost to LGB, which eventually got taken out by Virtus.pro yesterday. Came back, beat Clan Mystic. Then we got matched up against NiP in the bracket play. Went 3 maps, was a very tough best of 3. So far is the only map that NiP has lost this tournament, which is something really interesting to point out. So it's hard to say if they've been tested yet, but it'll be interesting to see if Virtus.pro can win this one.
Kadian.
Yeah, I have the same feeling as Sean. It's kind of hard to say. I think Virtus have been tested several times in this tournament, and that can also be something because now they have been under the pressure before. They know that every round is going to count. That overtime against Hellraisers, they had 3 maps yesterday, also with overtime. And I hope that Virtus is ready because I really want to see this crowd go huge because it is something different to see this many people in a Counter-Strike tournament. I was a DreamHack, but this is different. This is totally different.
This is crazy. We've never seen anything like this. We both had chills going down our arms when the flag moved up through the crowd.
I don't get nervous, and I am very nervous. I'm very nervous. So obviously we started with 16 teams, and the way the 2 teams got here obviously is NiP got an invite based on their performance at DreamHack Winter. Virtus.pro had to qualify. No easy route for them. They had to qualify in the EMS One qualifiers and obviously work their way all the way through. And at home, obviously, we've got all sorts of social media going, so you definitely want to hit our social media up. Give us your predictions. Tell us who you think's going to win. But let's actually jump right into it. Let's go ahead and look at the groups and how we literally started this tournament.
Yeah.
Kadian, take us away with Group 1.
Yeah, if we take Group A, which we were placed in, we knew that it was going to be a really difficult group because every pro team expected Virtus to go to at least the semifinals because it's their tournament and they're going to play here in Poland. They have been practicing extremely hard and they have been showing good results. So that was by far the best team from pot 3. Then you have Titans, the best team from pot 1, in my opinion. Maybe the same with Ninjas. but they disappoint and they lose to both Virtus and Hellraisers. And yeah, we're not going to comment on these mouse sports because they were out really quick, so doesn't matter. But anyways, we see Virtus really strong in the group stage, knocking out Titans. Really a big win. Like, they didn't show any fear in that game, and I saw Tess, he was so happy. And I think this was the way that they started their road to this victory, maybe.
Take us to B, Sean.
Sure. So as you can see by the group seedings on your screen, the top seed, the one at the top of your screen, is the 1 seed that advanced. So as you can see, Virtus.pro and NiP both advanced with that number 1 seed from their group. They started off with 3D Max. They took them out in a fairly easy match. From what I heard, 3D Max made a lot of mistakes, a bunch of young players, and NiP just really out-experienced them that match. They then went up against LDLC, which is all-star French lineup, formed kind of from a mixture of Clan Mystic and the previous French team that was competing, Apex, QKLY. They won ESWC. Ninjas and Pyjamas made short work of them also. So after that, they ended up playing us. Vox Eminor is the team from Australia. They actually put up quite a fight. I think way better than anyone thought. They were up on both LDLC and 3D Max, I believe.
Yeah, they were, and no one really expected that, especially since we played them in the Bring Your Own Computer at DreamHack. And they weren't that strong at that time, but I really think they put some effort into their practice, and they've been working on the right things.
Fantastic to see that. Yeah. Really, Counter-Strike is evolving everywhere, not just in Europe, North America. So. Yeah.
Group C.
Group C, the group of Danes and Scandinavians, and then we have the tricky iBuyPower. We start off by Fnatic losing to Reason Gaming, and that was a pretty big upset. Reason Gaming is a new lineup. They go through the qualification, actually winning against us, and Fnatic, the DreamHack champions, the one that, even if you said that it was a surprise to win, you still expect them to win against a team from Pot 4. They didn't, unfortunately. Then Reason went to meet Dignitas, which won the first game against iBuyPower. They win that quite easily, and Dignitas was further, but they weren't able to put up any fight against NiP. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Dignitas really looked weak against NiP, and I think that's much credit to NiP, though. That's not Dignitas looking weak. That's NiP looking extremely strong. They were so focused. I think after they dropped that map to us in the opening stages, something lit a fire under them, and they weren't losing.
Exactly.
And then Group D, actually, why don't you run us through that? I think you were familiar with it, Sean, perhaps a little bit.
Yeah, so Group D came with both us and who was the other team that advanced from our group? Oh, LGB. So yeah, the All-Star Swedes from LGB. Great aimers. That was the team that Virtus.pro played yesterday. There's nothing really to say else about it. This group of players, those 4 matches right there, we played at ESWC and DreamHack pretty much against those same teams. So it was crazy that we ended up on top with LGB, but we both obviously got defeated by these teams remaining.
Yeah, and when you talk about this group with other pro players, everyone was like, this is probably the most open group. You have a lot of like X-Factor team, which on the day can perform really well. You have teams like Clan Mystique with Kenies, you have Navi with Guardian, you have LGB with all these Swedes who can just go crazy, and they did that in some of the games. So yeah, Complexity and LGB was the expected teams to go further, but it was kind of risky, and it was a really good group stage, I think.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah.
Well, and again, like just a little side storyline of the teams that are out. Like we had a tale of two North American teams again, right? And very similar to DreamHack winner. iBuyPower comes in super prepared, super boot camped, and again, no offense to those guys, but once again, they kind of crash out in the group play.
Yeah.
Your team, on the other hand, we saw each other at the airport, and you were like, oh, yeah, we haven't been practicing. Swag doesn't have internet for a week. You were not feeling confident at all. You were happy to be here, all those things, but it was not looking good for you. And obviously, you did what you needed to do to your team, and you got out of the group and played NiP really, really well, obviously, but at the end of the day, did not get it out. And again, that's always been the problem with North American and now Australian teams. The level of day-to-day competition is just not up to the same level of standards on the online cups, scrim partners, all those kind of things. These kind of events, obviously we see some new teams coming into play, just helps grow the entire scene. I keep nudging my friends at Evil Geniuses going, it's time to come back, boys, time to come back. But let's go ahead and now look at the bracket, because that got us out of the groups, and let's walk through the brackets, and we'll start with you, Katie, and walk us through the top side.
Yeah, if we take the top side where we have Sean against NiP, it was one really, really good game with going to 3 maps. We expected kind of Complexity to put up a good fight, and so they did. Winning the first map on those 2 was a bit surprisingly. But as we talked about, Shrek had a really good game, and the way that you control short, Shrek with the intro kills on long, just made NiP look really weak on that A bomb side. So that is going to be interesting because that is one of the things that we talked about. Is those two going to be played today? And that is going to be interesting to see. We expect Ninjas in Pyjamas to remove Mirage most likely because that Virtus have been really strong there. Then you see Dignitas Hellraisers. I didn't get the opportunity to watch that game, unfortunately, but it seemed like Dignitas had some huge rounds. I heard 1-on-3, 1-on-4 rounds. And yeah, they won that game to compete against NiP. NiP looked so strong in the semifinal. I must say, though, that I think Dignitas had some mistakes, which they normally don't do. But anyways, NiP were on point with the aiming, on point with the strategies, and they moved on to the final really convincingly.
Yeah. Kicking off next, we have Virtus.pro against LDLC. That probably started off with the most insane half of Counter-Strike I've ever seen. A 15-0 on T-side Mirage. I've never witnessed anything like it before, and probably never will. That was such a dominant performance by Virtus.pro, and they really continued it throughout the rest of the matches against LDLC. Easily made short work of them and moved on.
Yeah.
There's really nothing else to say about that.
I never heard of a 15-0 Mirage T-side.
It was incredible. That's why we definitely think NiP is going to be vetoing Mirage here.
Yeah.
And then the final match right here is LGB eSports against Fnatic, the two Swedes going off it against each other. A lot of people think these are probably the second and third best Swede teams behind NiP, so it was really interesting to see who would advance through there. Both have fantastic aimers, great individual skill. LGB ended up winning by the skin of their teeth, a bunch of sneaky defuses and things like that. I believe I remember everyone going crazy over here in the crowd, so that was a really awesome best of 3. LGB ended up advancing to play Virtus.pro yesterday, and again, that was such an epic best of 3. Some clutch rounds on train by Virtus.pro propelled them to the finals here against NiP.
Yeah, and again, $150,000 up there today, right? Someone's taking home $100,000, and
no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at all. And second place is taking home obviously $50,000. Not a bad payday either, but a disparity enough. Plus that big, huge trophy. And you talk to Taz. It doesn't care about the money.
No, he wants that trophy.
He wants the trophy. he wants to win at home, which is just an epic storyline. So we've got the map actually ready to go. So we're going to do some map vetoing and see how this baby turns out.
Yeah, and Sean, if you would introduce what you think the teams are going to remove.
Sure, so after playing NiP, what they did to us was they eliminated our best map, which is Inferno. So as you can see in their following best of 3 against Dignitas, they kept that in. So I think a strategy of NiP, since they're so good on all 5 maps, they eliminate your best map. Yeah. They don't care about what they're feeling on the day. They eliminate your best map. So I'm envisioning that they're going to eliminate Mirage here for Virtus.pro since they've been lights out on it throughout the tournament.
And while we're still waiting for the maps, let's go ahead and walk through those stats we talked about earlier. So we're going to start with NiP, and why don't you go ahead and walk us through that, Sean?
Sure. So the first thing that jumps out on my screen right here for NiP is Freiburg at +9. Typically, when we play against NiP, whether it be boot camping, online, tournaments, Freiburg is a lights-out player. He's definitely a top 10 player in the world, and I'd say it's a subpar tournament for him thus far, and that's not saying that I think he's a bad player. I think he's about to step up big in these finals, and I think he's going to play lights out. It'll be interesting to see if Get Right can maintain that high level of play. +80, that's absolutely absurd. I've never even seen a stat line like that before the finals. That's incredible, especially because he dropped the map. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. All the other players are right even, +36, +37, +39. All have headshot percentages about 50%, other than Fifflerin, who's the team sniper. So you expect his to be a little bit lower. Everyone's playing great. Fifflerin's really evolving into that the strat calling role.
Yeah, and a point that I want to make with Freiburg is, you're totally right. You expect him to have a lot higher kills, especially when they won so convincingly in the group stage and in some of the bracket games, because his role is to entry frag on the T side. So 1-for-1 could be okay. He could be having a great tournament with only sitting on +2 kills.
Yeah.
But as you say, when they win that big, you would expect his kill ratio to be even better.
Yeah.
And again, we pointed it out yesterday, and until we see Virtus.pro stats after last night, only team that was all green across the board on the +/-.
Incredible.
So, and again, Virtus.pro might have caught up to that, but we shall see. Let's actually look at them, and we're going to find out.
Yeah. And when we're going to look at this Virtus lineup, you can see that Taz, the crowd favorite most likely, is sitting on minus as the only one. Doesn't really matter that well. He has a lot of big rounds where he gets like the important kills. And one guy that I want to point out is Pasha. He's sitting on the best plus rating of this team. And he is that because he was so mobile yesterday. He had rounds where he went huge with the pistols. He had rounds where he went huge with the sniper. Then he goes for AK, one shot, spray, everything. Pasha had the A's. He had like an amazing game yesterday. And yeah, I'm really impressed by Pasha. He's been, I think, probably the best player for Virtus throughout the whole CSGO. And the addition of Bialy and Snacks. You want to comment on that?
Yeah, Bialy. All we've heard about that guy is he's insane. iBuyPower, a quote straight from iBuyPower is, "You don't win. Bialy lets you win." Okay. So that pretty much describes where he's at in everyone's mind over here in North America.
Yeah. All right, well, that sums up those stats. Let's go ahead and breathe that down. And I think we are about ready to go to the stage for the map, so then we'll truly see the pre-in-game chess game that's about to take place.
Yeah, and this can change the whole matchup because we expect some maps to be removed, but we cannot be sure. Yeah. And the thing about this tournament is that a lot of the maps which is normally played, like Dust 2 and Inferno, is being removed in a lot of these best of 3s. Yeah. Like, it's maps that you want to play in best of 1s because the sides are pretty equal. You don't want to play Train where you start off on the terror side, lose pistol. That was that game.
Yeah.
You don't want that. And therefore, in this matchup, you can see actually Dust 2 is being removed by Virtus, I believe.
Yep.
No.
He's
head
wondering
games,
a bit. Head games.
Nuke. Okay, you can see Virtus removing Nuke. NiP looked really strong, I must say, against Dignitas as a Nuke, though.
Us too. They went off 13-2 on their T side. Incredible.
Wait,
and they moved
there goes Train.
They're going to opt to play Mirage.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Not going to see Train today.
Yeah, Virtus also looked pretty good on Train yesterday, I think. They had some good strategies, they had some executions, and first map is Mirage. No surprise by the Virtus. That was what we could expect. And second map, Inferno. Actually,
yeah, second map Inferno.
Yeah, we talked about NiP looking a bit weak on Dust 2 against you guys, but Inferno Virtus have been looking really strong.
Yeah.
They had this banana control, the rotations, and...
Yeah, I can't wait to see that Inferno match because, yeah, we were talking about it before. They're very aggressive on that banana, so... But kicking off, going to be Mirage. How do you feel about it?
I feel that it's going to be one huge game, and I hope that we can see some Pasha AWPing, because this is one of the maps where I feel that his AWPing style really fits with the peaks, with playing smart, rotating around. I feel that Pasha can have a big impact in this game. Also, you saw Neo suddenly in the overtime on Mirage yesterday pick up an AWP to suppress the opponent. Worked really well. You saw Snacks pick up some kills. I think that NiP has this really good way of going into bump sites where they always have some guy who makes a headshot, and then suddenly it leaves a lot to one guy on one of the bump sites. So I think it's going to be a lot about the individual performances about Virtus.pro. Can they lock down these bump sites or not? But if do we know what side the teams are going to start on?
I believe that NiP gets to choose the side against Virtus.pro. So
okay, so
I'd imagine CT side.
Yeah, if you know that Virtus had such a strong T half against who was it?
Against LDLC.
Would you expect the NiP to let them start T then?
It's a tough call. I would imagine that NiP is going to play the safe route and play CT because Virtus.pro did have some trouble against LGB eSports yesterday on Mirage when they were T side. They ran into a couple walls. I think LGB won a couple clutches though, so it'll be interesting.
And just found out it is CT side for NiP on Mirage, and then it's going to be CT side for Virtus.pro on Inferno.
Okay. Oh, wow. A small point I want to make about Mirage is we talk about that Virtus might have a really strong team Mirage, and this means that if they start on a really strong side, they get the pistol, the crowd is going to be crazy, the momentum can start going, and we talked about this, that the momentum is going to be everything about this game.
Exactly, and that's why I think NiP is going to come out the gates very aggressive, hyper-aggressive, pushing middle, pushing halls, especially those B halls. Something that I really like that the Swedes do on Mirage is they'll double push those upper B halls with 2 rifles. So that way when you kill the first guy, you think, oh, I'm going to run into the site or I'm just going to fall back. No, there's a second rifle right behind him ready to take you out. And he has complete map control at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
like, that is one of the situations where it's favorable for CT to do such things because you lock down one side of the map, you can rotate the rest around. And Mirage is a map with really slow rotations. You know, it takes ages to go from one bump side to the other. So it's actually a really good move, and it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to do that in this game.
Exactly. Something that I really like also how the Swedes play on Mirage. We're not a huge fan of Mirage, but something they do is whenever they're down players, you'll watch them all push the extremities of the match. Or of the map, I'm sorry. So if they die in middle, a guy will push B halls and A halls or A ramp at the same time and try to find a weakness and push into them.
Makes sense.
It's awesome.
And a couple overarching storylines that we haven't really discussed. A couple of these players have a long and storied history of playing against each other. I've often said that the greatest esports crowd I've ever seen was WCG 2009 Chengdu, China. You know, going to see a Chinese event for the first time, like the fans lose their minds. It was about 10,000 people, I believe, in the audience. Fnatic in the grand finals with Get Right and Forest, ends up taking on again with Taz and Neo. Goes into multiple overtimes and again takes the win. So these guys are definitely rivals long before Counter-Strike Source was in, any came out or Counter-Strike Go came out. Like, it's amazing. To this day, it's still Karn's toughest loss. So there's a lot of rivalry, bad blood between these two guys. And obviously that was when it was the Golden Five. You know, and speaking into Neo today and in Taz a little bit, basically, you know, about a year and a half ago, the Golden Five was not gelling. You know, and it just, in this version of the game, it just wasn't clicking anymore. And Taz and Neo had to decide, do we just, you know, go on with our lives? Are we done with Counter-Strike? Or do we have a serious roster decision? And you know, when you play with your buddies and your friends for so long, that's a debate you have. Do I keep playing, or do we have to start like looking at replacing rosters? And they decided, you know what? The Golden Five has to become a Golden Three. We're going to bring some fresh blood in. And obviously, Bialy and Snacks have done amazing so far. So there's a couple storylines there. And also, in talking to those guys, Taz wants to literally destroy NiP today. Like, he wants to send a clear message that, you know what, we can play this version of Counter-Strike. On the other hand, you know, NiP knows that the sixth man of Virtus.pro is the crowd. And that's obviously great for them. But when I was talking to Freiburg, I'm like, how are you feeling? Very confident, you know, we're going to play our game, we're going to do well. And I'm like, well, they've got this sixth man, and he starts laughing, and he goes, our sixth man's right behind us, it's Heaton. We'll be just fine, he can be just as loud as them. So really exciting stuff. We are about to go live. Obviously, folks, map 1, lots of money on the line, big cup on the line, no pressure whatsoever. To start you off with map 1, the one, the only toss bot, joined by the main man of Titan, NBK. Take it away, guys.
Thank you so much, Scoots. What a great introduction from you and the guys. This is a moment that every player, every caster, every fan dreams of. This is a final and a half.
That is just crazy. Virtus.pro, they had to qualify for this tournament, and they make it here to the grand final against NiP, some Swedish legends. This game is going to be incredible.
And there's reason for optimism. Yes, NiP, the #1 team in CSGO history, but these players on stage, at least 3 of them, have won 3 World Cyber Games, yes. 2 ESWCs, 1 IEM. And in big games, these boys deliver. Whereas, it's not a strong argument, but there's a small argument to say, after DreamHack Winter and a few other events in history, you could say the Swedes are brilliant through groups, are brilliant through brackets. But in the finals, there is the smallest of crack. And a crack that you guys in the crowd can make some noise and make that little bit larger. Cheer on your team. Here we go. We are in the game and about ready to start. NBK, where's your money?
Well, both teams are looking extremely confident so far in the tournament. On one side, you've got NiP, the same team. They are not screaming. They are just very, very calm into their game, following their game plan, and it works extremely well every single time. On the other hand, you have Virtus.pro supported by the whole crowd. I would say Virtus.pro to take it in a very, very tight 3 maps.
The choice of Mirage was fascinating. So, chatting with one of the NiP guys earlier, he said they were up to like 2 or 3 o'clock at night, yes. Anti-strategy. They were going through every demo that they've seen on Virtus.pro. Leaving Mirage in was a calculated decision. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't because they think they're strong. It's because they think there's a weakness they can exploit.
Yeah, 100%. The NiP guys are very hardworking every single time. And it's going to be very interesting because we haven't seen NiP playing Mirage since a long time. So they probably have hidden tactics, whereas Virtus.pro already played Mirage 2 or 3 times this tournament. So it's going to be the unknown against a very, very strong team on Mirage. And at this game, I know that the Swedes guys are very, very strong.
Now, the Swedes vetoing Train, that was a really interesting decision.
Yes. Well, Train has generally been a decider in best of 3s. It has generally been a 3rd map. And you can see that it was pretty random. Some underdog teams were able to put up very, very big maps against the favorites. So NiP just maybe didn't practice that much the map, and they just don't want to play on a 3rd map Train against a Polish team that has such an immense crowd. So we have to see if their pick was good or not.
Now, Fifth Laren picked up the in-game leadership. It's the team that we talk about the most, this in-game leader. Who's it going to be? And it's rotated a few times, but his stats have held up despite being in-game leader. It's been a great tournament for him.
Yeah, definitely. Fifth Laren has just stepped up since few months now. People have been looking very down at him.
But you know, he is already. I mean, he's obviously an excellent player, and it's just harder to, you know, put the smallest pocket in your team when you have players such as Get Right or Exist just doing everything for you. You know, and Forrest, obviously, I'm going to mention it. He is an excellent player. And Freiburg, he has one of the best aim in the world. So, Florian, obviously, he is on top of his team at the moment.
Yes, he is. And we are almost ready to get this game started. Virtus.pro, NiP. It's map 1. It's Mirage. And we are about to rock and roll for one of the biggest finals in CS history. Virtus.pro, the hometown crowd against NiP, who are used to this type of crowd.
Yes.
You can't go to DreamHack without seeing Swedish people stacked out in NiP jackets, mobbing every NiP player that are there. So they're on the flip side now, as we'll see what these two teams have to offer for us. We are in-game and about to start. And the romance says Virtus.pro are going to do something special.
Yeah, Virtus.pro are going to just throw their best tactics. And you can see already, though, that NiP are very confident aim-wise. They have 4 Kevlars and only 1 kit. So it's going to be just weapon in hand, and you're going to see some headshots from the Swedish guys.
So here we go. NiP starting on the CT side. Disadvantage NiP picking CT?
Probably.
What is the goal?
And Virtus.pro, though, are very confident. They're just taking information, just going onto the A bomb side, and there's no one. Pasha gets the first kill.
Pasha picks up the first kill. It's a headshot onto Get Right, and he'll put him down. And that's the big man you want to take down. Bomb planted by them as well on that A site. They've got 4 players in there, and Snack's coming in, gets himself a headshot onto Forrest, and every frag is being cheered on by the crowd. And Virtus.pro are 3 men to the good now, and NiP in real trouble. It's Freiburg and Exist to try and bail them out here as Snacks pushes himself out, is caught by the crossbow. Freiburg's been dropped. It's all on Exist. He's got 2. He's going to have to get 5 if he wants this one, and he is slaughtered by the remaining 3 VP players. They pick up the pistol round, and the crowd find their feet.
Very good start and a very nice pistol round by Virtus.pro, and everyone is cheering for them. It is just crazy, and you can see that the tactic was perfect. They took information in the middle, and then they knew that the A bomb site was started free, and there was already 3 or 4 guys ready to just go plant the bomb and then be in the perfect crossfire to just wait the 4 Swedish players. That was an excellent play from Virtus.pro.
Now, armored up, NiP are able to do a lot of damage here on this first eco round, because we've seen their first eco round in this tournament just be turned on its head so often. The amount of going a deagle armor round can really work for you.
Yeah, every single time on CSGO it has been proved several times, but the pistols and the Kevlar must not be underestimated, because the P250 and the new CZ, they are extremely strong. But you can see that Virtus.pro are just going all 5 on shot, but NiP is ready to welcome them.
Taz jumps out, spies the first man, goes for the kill. He's in real trouble here, Taz, but he gets himself out of it. It's Get Right that goes down, first man down 2 rounds in a row, but NiP have 2 frags of their own. Virtus.pro have 4, and it's Exist again, last man standing between a rock and a hard place, as the bomb is also in that site. Virtus.pro have it, and they are 2 to the good, and that was a real test that Virtus.pro overcame.
Yeah, 100%. That was a tough thing to pass 3 NiP players with pistols and Kevlars, but Virtus.pro, they are starting extremely great. They are playing all 5 together. They don't want to get picked out. That's how you have to start a grand final like that, and if they continue like this, then they're in very good shape for the whole best of 3.
Virtus.pro on their map, in their home. NiP with only 2 nades this round to try and create something, as Virtus.pro will sit through the middle. It'll be Pasha to push in. Leading the assault, his grenade dispatches of 5th Laren. And VP will actually lead through, but it's Freiburg from behind. Freiburg has to deliver. He's caught people reloading. He's got a golden opportunity here, but he's going to get dropped. And VP get their second frag. Pasha pushes in to help himself to number 3. And VP may be able to close this one out without losing a single man. It's Get Right that's the last man standing. And NiP have been silenced. And albeit that there's a pistol round and 2 ecos in there, but Get Right hasn't got a frag.
No, not yet, but you know, they only have pistols, but couldn't really do much. And Pasha, though, on the other side, he starts things off extremely great. He just had a
perfect 180 headshot onto Exist, and he just cleared the A bomb site on his own with only a single pistol. But now the first gun round, that's going to be way more interesting.
Massive moment here for NiP. VP up 3-0 here. The grand final, a $250,000 prize purse. And a new era of Counter-Strike, showing itself in all its glory to over 100,000 people online. Welcome home.
Look at that Virtus.pro, they know what they want to do, and they have 5 ready to do their tactic. And you can see that NiP, they might not be in the best shape.
Forrest is going to be the man who sees the action as going through the tunnel. There'll be one, it'll be Forrest now to try and hold off that site. Freiburg's in there as well. Chucks around the corner, Freiburg with one. Taz shuts him down, but Forrest in the rear gets himself a headshot onto Taz. And NiP, a man to the good, bomb down as well. Neo will make the crossover. Forrest has fallen back because he doesn't have health, does have reinforcements coming in the shape of Fifth Laren. VP will want to get that bomb down again to a 3-on-4 after plant. As NiP wait for it. They have 2 coming from either side. Neo gets the first frag, Fifth Laren down. And Fifth Laren only has Forrest on that side, who's really low on health, but has got himself the kill onto Neo. Pasha comes in. It's Snacks 1-on-2 as Snacks will see Gatright coming straight at him, but it's Exist who puts him down, and NiP are on the board. Great retake.
Great retake. Even though there was no one on the B-bomb side to cover the 5-man push from Virtus.pro, they managed to take men down 1 per 1, and in the end, they were 4-on-3. And after that, they just had to retake the bomb site altogether, and they just played it from short and the kitchen, and that was perfect play from the Swedish guys.
Textbook play from Forrest in that situation. He lost Freiburg, and he realized, I can't do this 1-on-4.
Definitely.
So he pulled out, waited for reinforcements, and they made sure that they had that man advantage in the retake.
Yes, that was the perfect play. And you know, Forrest, in a long range, with an M4, he could just take on the wall man and then fall back. That's what he did, and he did it perfectly.
NiP on the board now will have calmed any nerves that they may have had, but they're no strangers to these moments. They've done the big finals. They've had the documentary crews. They know what this is all about.
Both teams are just on point at the moment. They are going to show their best tactics and their best A game.
How much does it help NiP that they were able to watch VP on this map last night against LGB?
Well, they know by smokes, flashes, and how the players are going to be placed, how they can react and how they can adapt, and where they're going to go, either on A or on B. And that's going to be very important for NiP. See, for example, this smoke, that could tell off, okay guys, watch out on B.
It's Freiburg that's in on that B site. He's sat with his FAMAS. And boosted up and waiting for any sight, and now he has a sight as he will get fired down by Bjali as Virtus.pro will make their entry. Forrest gets one, but is picked off immediately by Pasha, and VP are going to take this B site once more. Bjali on to Gatright, and Virtus.pro 2 men away from picking up this round. It's Fifth Laren and Exist who can do a lot of damage here, but Bjali is not going to let it happen, and there's only 1 man left standing. Exist isn't going to favor himself here. He does have the frag onto Bjali, but 1-on-3 with the scope lined right up on his entry. He will run for his life, and Taz is chasing as quickly as he can to get round there, and he wants that frag. He wants that gun.
Yeah, Taz with nothing in hand, he just wants Exist dead because the money is so important. And Exist with 1 and 4, you know the kind of player he is. He can totally win the round by himself. And now he's hiding though. He's totally gonna keep it.
Yeah.
But that's once again a very, very strong round from Virtus.pro.
It is. They're 4-1 to the good here on Mirage. Their choice. Map pool, if you're just joining us, will be Inferno next and Dust 2 if we need it.
And you can see that Virtus.pro, Pasha has still sticking with his sniper, and he has been extremely strong with it since the beginning. And with this short attack, he was the 1 man to watch. And oh, look at that get right though.
Opportunity for Get Right, and couldn't take it, but a little bit of knowledge as well. Pasha and Get Right will exchange shots, and Virtus.pro will reset. The move from Get Right, though, he's taken a lot of damage as well. It has forced Virtus.pro to sit back a little bit.
Yes, definitely. The play was good. He was able to take 1 man down, but barely missed the shot. But now, that is also a bad thing for NiP now, because Virtus.pro know that the Swedish guys bought snipers and weapons, so they're going to be very, very, very more careful.
Snacks is going to be the man to make his entry in towards A, and it's Exist who'll feel his wrath And that's one of the guns down, more importantly. Fiflaren will have eyes on it. And Fiflaren will open up the shooting, but Bjarli turns left and picks off Fiflaren. As Virtus.pro will now look to finish off this A site in minimal fuss. Taz puts the bomb down. Freiberg and Get Right about to come racing around that corner. He has got back up, and Taz will help with Neo, will push off. It's going to be Pasha who finishes off Freiberg, and NiP now going to search out because Get Right has an AWP, and that's what they're looking for, and that's what they find. Important kill there as Forrest, last man standing, is...
Forrest's only option right now is just to try to pick up a weapon and go away with it. But look at that, Virtus.pro is playing very cleverly. And now we know, and Taz takes Forrest down.
Taz is a man for the big occasions. His stats weren't that great going into the game. He's running at a 1-to-1 ratio now, but he's a man for these moments. He's been in so many, and you cannot underestimate the value of that experience.
Yeah, definitely. He could be down 0 to 15 on the first half and then just put out 30 kills on the second half. You never know what's going on with those Polish guys.
You know what was fascinating at the Twitch party last night? Taz was there, and literally he was there for like, I don't know, an hour. And he was mobbed. Everyone from every community and every kind of old stalwart of esports just wanted to be with Taz at that moment. First frag comes in, Get Right gets picked off, and it'll be Pasha who has the man, and Get Right's been silenced in this NiP CT side, and he will be fuming. Pasha's nade, down Fiflaren, and Exist is going to be dropped as well. 2 players left up on this NiP Eco round, as Forrest and Freiberg will drop the first man, and it's all on Freiberg now, and he's not going to risk anything too crazy. He'd like to get a gun if he can, but this is going to be 6-1 VP, a great start for them.
And this is extremely important what they're doing. The anti-eco are the basis of the game. They have to keep all their weapons, and that's what they're trying to do. And oh, Snacks spotted Freiberg, and he gets it down. That is extremely important what Virtus.pro is doing. They are not losing any weapon, and so their economy right now, they are sitting on $10,000, and now, even if they were to lose the next 2 or 3 rounds, they're going to be able to buy out once again and make the time very, very hard for the Swedish team.
Now, we saw VP with a phenomenal Mirage T-side against Hellraisers earlier on, where they went 15-0. I think it was Hellraisers.
That was LDLC. And,
LDLC,
but they
yes.
beat Hellraisers in the group stage.
And we thought that was maybe LDLC's fault, but because LGB then won this map against Virtus.pro. But you can see, VP overnight, their strength has returned. Samson's hair has regrown.
Well, they're able to add up the game style depending on the team they're playing against. And once again, they do it. They know how NiP is playing, apparently, and that is working. So great, so good.
Pasha that'll see Freiberg when the smoke clears. And whoa. They'll exchange a few blasts, and Pasha's down to 29 points of health. Snacks on 52 as well. As NiP still going here, and if look at the scoreboard, Fiflaren 0 frags on the board in the opening 7 rounds. Get Right 1, Freiberg 1. It's Forrest and Exist who are offering the resistance at the moment.
Yes, and look at that. There is once again an excellent play from Virtus.pro, but NiP, they are not moving.
Freiberg gets the opening frag. Snacks down, headshot, NiP on the board now. Can they close this one out? The A bomb site is about to be sieged by VP, but it's Get Right with his second frag on the board, and he and Exist help themselves to Virtus.pro frags. It's only Pasha left standing with that AWP. He'll look to inflict any and all damage he can, but he doesn't. It's a clean round for NiP, and that's what the Swedish doctor ordered.
Exactly, the Swedish players, and especially Get Right and Exist once again, they locked down the A bomb site, and even though there was a push from Virtus.pro on the B bomb side, they just didn't move. They didn't spot any bomb. They didn't see anything. So knowing that they're up against the Polish guys and that they were losing 6-1, they just decided, okay, they want to play with us, so don't move, just wait for them. And that's what happened.
You witnessed the beautiful drawings there of our observer, Steele. He's done a fantastic job all tournament long. An unsung hero of this great broadcast here from the EMS One in Katowice. It's a grand final. VP, NiP, best of 3. And Forrest pokes his head out and dispatches of Pasha. They trade, Taz gets himself the return, but losing Pasha is a big blow for VP at any moment. And Snacks gives them the man advantage. He pushes in and dispatches of Fiflaren. As Get Right will trade again. And we go tit for tat. Bjarli comes in. Get Right dropped. And Bjarli now is waiting to call whether there's an A push on. Neo is rotating with very low health round through T-spawn. Taz is watching to see whether anyone makes a crossover. Taz will see Freiburg, and that exchange is going to be vital. A man to the good, yes, but oh, now it's crucial. Now they've got their moment. Losing Freiburg will leave just Exist 1 on 3 against 2 players on 30 health, mind you, but 3 players overall, 3 guns that will be looking for Exist's entrance. And Exist has done a great job of being absent until then, until he takes off the head of Taz. Bjarly and Neo will put the bomb down, and then Bjarly will put Exist down, and Virtus.pro are up 7-2. This is a beautiful half.
This is actually extremely good play from Virtus.pro, and NiP now, if they lose this round, their money is going to be resetted once again, and they are going to be in a very bad shape for the end of the half. For Virtus.pro this round, I'm really counting on Pasha to show some extremely good skill with the sniper once again.
Phil Fiflaren with that AWP has a huge role to play in this round. He has to start delivering. He can shut down this attack. He pushes out, he looks for the frag, and it costs him his life. Taz gets 1, Taz gets 2. This is danger stations for NiP. And Exist, knowing that they're a man down, Exist pushes all the way down to check out if there's an A push coming. Him doing that would allow Get Right to go over towards B once he's confident. As Freiburg's pushed out as well. And actually they've not.
They are expecting Virtus.pro to come back on the A-bomb side, even though Exist has got a huge information already. But Virtus.pro, they are playing so calmly. There's still 1 minute to play in the round. They can do whatever they want against NiP at the moment because they have still 3 smokes, still 6 flashes. They can do so much stuff with all this. And you know about all the Virtus.pro guys, they can just make your head spin so many times.
Big round for Freiburg here. He's got 3 players coming his way from above. Freiburg opens up the shooting, opens up the fragging. 2 for Freiburg. He's done his job, but Get Right picked off. Leaves again just Exist. 1 on 3. A familiar situation for the NiP star. As the bomb goes down on that B site, and Pasha will see nothing, courtesy of that flash. There's the shot, and there's the round. Virtus.pro up 8-2. They couldn't have asked for a better start.
Yes, and you can see, we talked about Taz earlier, and even though he was sitting on 3-3, he just pulled out 2 incredible headshots onto Get Right and Forest because they were not ready for it. And Snacks, he knows that his opponents are not in a good economical situation, and he takes a Mach 10.
With the eco round, we'll take this opportunity to tune into Virtus.pro's comms. Let's see what they've got to say as they take us through this round.
Rzucam hajka tam, Snacks. Uważaj, rzuciłem.
Blisko, po lewej tam. Pod drewnem. Schody, jeszcze jeden. Schody, drewno.
Drewno,
To jedź,
nie wziął.
Będziemy
pod drewnem teraz.
I res leży.
AW zielone, weźcie mi AWP.
Wezmę.
Dorzućcie sobie smoka do red. Weź te tunelki.
Smoke Czemu kurwa nie wyrzucać smoka na res? Ja pierdolę.
Hope you heard that. That was Virtus.pro's TeamSpeak as they're up 9-2, converting the eco round. Did lose a couple men that round though.
Yes, they took 4, they lost 4 men, but look at the money. It's not going to matter that much because there's only 4 rounds to be played on this half. But it's going to give a lot of confidence on NiP because they know that they can take Virtus.pro down even though they only have pistols. So that's very good for them, and now though, the pace is much slower.
Exist. Ready to see action, and does, but not the type of action he was looking for. It's Snacks that comes in, Forrest to push out, and Forrest has been silenced in this game. When NiP have needed him before, he's always come up big with huge twofers, but it hasn't worked out in this map so far.
No, so far, he didn't play up to his standards. That's the only sad thing. But Virtus.pro, they are playing just so good. They are playing the exact perfect game against NiP. They're going all together. They are at least being 2 always together because of NiP, they want to get revenge every single time. When they lose 1 man, they want to take 1 or 2 down. That's their strength. And Virtus.pro, they are aware of that, and they're playing all together once again.
Get Right in the thick of things. He's actually got 1 to his right and 1 to his left. He drops down the ladder, but is chased out. It'll be Bjarly who gets him, but it costs Bjarly his life. Neo downed as well. NiP a man to the good here. Fiflaren will keep firing as well. Neo was picked off by him. Forrest finishes off Pasha. We're running out of men here for both sides, but both NiP players are in almost full health, and Forrest is on a twofer right after we said that. Snacks and Taz, 29 and 34 points of health. Can the NiP players finish off this round and pick up what will be their 3rd on the T side? Freiburg goes in, finishes off 1, Snacks down. and it's only Taz, 1-on-2. In that A site, he will try to get that bomb down, but it will cost him his life. And he needed to get the bomb down because he needed something to play with, but it didn't work for him. It's 9-3 and a vital round for NiP.
Yeah, he only had 10 seconds left. And once Snax was dead, you could have seen on the map, but both NiP players were just falling back. They just waited for Taz to plant the bomb. But Freiburg played it perfectly on the city spawn. And Taz, well, yeah, as you said, he needed the bomb to be planted to work with something, but he just couldn't do it.
Write NiP off at your peril. They are the #1 team in the world and have been, with the exception of moments from Titan, they have been consistently the #1 team for so long for a reason.
Yes, they have. Their individual performance always brought them to the top. They have excellent players. And look at that, they're playing very in classic positions since the beginning. And so far that doesn't work very good, but you can see that they can pick rounds even without changing, no matter what Virtus.pro is doing, and that's their strength.
Get right, gets himself in the thick of things. Exist is going to push out here to try and chase out that frag, and will do so. It's Exist to down one, and Virtus.pro have 2 of their own as Bjarli will get the frag. Snax has gone a long way down A, as he'll make his way round back to city spawn, try to cut off a rotation, and will do. Freiburg had no idea he was there. It's all on Exist, and they know exactly where he is. Exist in another 1-on-3. Let's see what he can do this time. He walks into the fire. Snax drops him. Virtus.pro 10-3 up. And when Taz went to bed last night, he dreamt of this crowd and this moment. But I don't think even in his wildest dreams, he saw it starting this well.
No, that is starting extremely great for Virtus.pro. They're just playing with NiP. They're attacking with perfect timing on the A and the B bomb side every single time. NiP are always off guard. They are 2 or 3, but they are never stacking enough to counter the Polish attack.
2 rounds left in the first half of the first map. There's still a long way to go.
And I think Virtus.pro is going to be relieved when they're going to see that NiP right now only have pistols to work with. That's going to be very good for them.
Bjarli will be the man to see that first as he rattles up a few shots. He'll make the crossover. Maybe he expected to see someone like Forrest in there, but didn't. As Snax gets himself the first frag. There is Forrest. As Get Right gets a kill. Add 2. Get Right comes alive to the sound of fragging. As NiP have 3 quick frags. Finally Get Right down, but he's done his job. We're into a 2-on-2 with Exist and Freiburg. Freiburg well spotted though by Snax. And VP with the bomb. 2 NiP players hand in hand together, ready to take the fight, will move through. Yes, they'll lose side of the VP players, but what there should be are 3 guns on the floor for those NiP players to pick up somewhere, as they will do exactly that. Freiburg's got 1, and Exist has an AWP. So this is a very different 2-on-2 to the one we had moments ago. As bomb goes down on that A site, and NiP ready to make the retake. And NiP are masters of the retake.
They are excellent at it, and look at that, they're playing together. They know that they want to be 2-on-1. And oh, awesome nade from Freiburg onto Snax, and now it's a 1-2 from Pasha.
Pasha's had an exceptional tournament so far. What can he deliver this time? He goes for 1, but Freiburg will pick him off, and NiP showing their experience there. Again, the masters of the retake. They do it with that first frag, that first grenade, perfectly timed, just instinct.
Yes, that was just, that's what is not written in the books. Sometimes you just have to go with your gut, and he threw that nade straight on the face on Snax, and that was just very good play from Freiburg. And also, they have been waiting NiP on the apartments. NiP have been playing on the apartments, and Virtus.pro took short once again. But this time NiP were ready, and they were just shutting them down.
Last round of the half, 10-4 VP. NiP looking to put as much on the board as they can for their T side.
No matter what, it's already a very good side from Virtus.pro, and 10 rounds to work with. This is already huge.
So Forrest peaked then, and that's the first time for NiP in this half that their peak has actually not cost them a life. So yes, little bit of knowledge, and most importantly for NiP, still with 5 men up. As Pasha and that AWP will look through towards A. Get Right is well advanced, and we'll see 3 players coming towards him as Bjarli will be the first to throw in. That flash doesn't help Get Right, and Bjarli dropped. As Virtus.pro have created their opening and have charged on through. As Forest will stop the rock, but there are 3 men down for NiP already. They still have an AWP and Freiburg to go, but they're up against 4 players. Freiburg makes that 3 a more manageable number, as the masters of the retake will have to show us how they do it once more. With Bjarli, the man, still up. Bjarli picks off Forest, and now it's 1 on 3, and Freiburg's not going to be able to do it this time. Excellent round from Bjarli. He got 4, I think, that round. And yes, Virtus.pro go into the half, 11 rounds to 4 up. This is marvelous.
This is something unexpected, and look at that, the whole crowd is chanting Virtus.pro for the win, because they know now they have extremely good chances of being up 11-4. And you can see that Virtus.pro is ready in every single point of the game. They have the tactics, they can play with NiP, and they're actually out-aiming them. So that is extremely important in a grand final to have all this together, because NiP, they don't seem waking up yet. They don't seem 100% into this final yet.
And don't forget, Virtus.pro weren't invited here.
Yes.
It wasn't their right because they were the local team. No, they had to qualify to get here. They've had to go about this the hard way. Now, our job as the commentators is to relay the excitement. And I think the fans are doing our job for us there.
Yes.
The second part is we have to relay the information. And that's why you're here, because you're much more intelligent than I am. But the third part is to put everything into perspective, is to not get carried away with parts A and B, and to remember that NiP, as exciting as it can be to see a home crowd go wild, NiP are still the best team in the world. They're still a team that you should be afraid of, no matter whether you have 15 match points. You should always live in fear of NiP.
Yeah, NiP can do anything, and you know, they have 3 legends. Get Right, Exist, and Forest. They have been in every single situation, and Freiburg and Fiflaren. I mean, look at that. Freiburg, he is actually on top of his team with 13 kills. And Fiflaren, he knows how to lead his team to the win. And I'm 100% sure that they're going to be extremely tough to beat so far. Because even though they are down 11-4, the comeback is real.
Go through the stats. Bottom of that NiP scoreboard.
Well, NiP, there is Freiburg, that is... Oh, and Pasha.
He clicked too hard.
He is happy to be here, I think. But you have NiP, they have 3 players on the same group, Get Right, Exist, and Forest. Freiburg is on top of the team, and Freiburg is a bit lower. But on the Virtus.pro side, Beardy is being insane. The monster he has been since the beginning. Snacks, Pasha playing insanely well. Taz and Neo, they are a bit lower, but you can see Taz, he killed so many important people to open bomb sites up.
VP will feel this map is in their hands if they can win this pistol round and convert. Let's see whether that's to be the case as NiP's T side kicks off with...
Oh, huge nade.
Big nade takes off damage from 3 players there as the NiP side become a little bit more manageable. But they do have a bomb plant, and they do have 5 players up against 4. Trades go on as VP and NiP both pick up a kill. But NiP push 2 players round towards the CT spawn to chase out Pasha, who'll now try to make amends of this. But this has been a fast and ferocious bomb plant from NiP. Get Right does get one back in, but in will go Neo to try and go through as they have 2 NiP up against 2 VP. VP make it a more manageable account, but the bomb ticks louder and louder, and Get Right gets lower and lower on health. Here goes Neo to finish off the job with a headshot in some style, and Virtus.pro are going to get the CT pistol round.
That was an excellent round from Virtus.pro. They have been very passive. They waited for the retake, and Pasha in the city spawn, he made all the work. He didn't die. He took one down, and he was just waiting for all his teammates to be ready. And then Snacks came in with the grenade, hitting another guy, and that was the perfect play from Virtus.pro.
Taz picks up the P90. He loves picking up the P90.
Oh yes, he's always surprising.
NiP gonna... It was a great early round from NiP. 5-man after plant.
100%. Their tactic was perfect, but they got outplayed by Virtus.pro once again because Virtus.pro only lost 1 man. But you know, that's not enough.
Snacks will see action here on B, gets the first frag before Forest comes in, and they need reinforcements here, Virtus.pro, because NiP are charging in towards B. They also have, courtesy of those kills, 2 guns, and the bomb will go with great nade from Pasha. Off the backboard. Fiflaren down. Exist does drop him though. And we go to a bomb plant with 2 on 3. And that P90 maybe not the weapon of choice now for Taz as he'll try to retake from range. Bjarli, oh, didn't stand a chance. Bjarli on fire. And it's all on Exist. 1 on 2. It's always Exist last man standing. Here's that P90. Oh. Exist does his job. Great play from him.
Excellent play from Exist. Just to mention, that was a Glock save by NiP. They had no camera, no pistol. So this is immense what they just did. And how they did it, they had only 1 guy on short and 4 guys pushing B with Nate. So all the attention was brought to the apartment. And there was Forest or Exist on short, just being able to flank the 1 player that had no bullets anymore. That was just a textbook play from NiP and it worked out perfectly.
And the atmosphere has changed in the past 30 seconds.
Yes, that was a huge up and down.
Virtus.pro will...
Virtus.pro never count them out, especially in ecos. They won several against LGB yesterday, and I'm looking forward for this one.
Now they left no one actually in the B site. Neo furthest round towards A. They were ready for a full-on A push. That hasn't happened. It's going to be a B push. Importantly for them, they also showed nothing.
Yes, but now look at that. Virtus.pro have got a lot of information, and now they're all rotating very slowly. And NiP are just going straight.
Neo been picked off there by Forest, and VP will have to try and reclaim this B site because it's going to be NiP territory as the bomb will go down from Exist any second now. VP waiting right on the other side there. Bomb planted. And this is a tough, tall order to ask VP to retake this.
Yeah, they would just, hey, all over the map, they just want to take some NiP players out. They need some weapons, that's all they need. They don't want to lose their pistol and Kevlars for nothing. They're going to win money no matter what on the next round. So that is an extremely clever play from Virtus.pro. And NiP as well, playing extremely great. They are stacking 5 together on bomb side, and even Geralt gets a kill to Snacks. Both teams, you can see they are playing at their best.
12-6. NiP, exactly what we said at the half. Live in fear of them. How many nightmares have you had about NiP?
NiP, they give us thousands so far.
And that's what they've just done to this crowd. Now you could hear a pin drop here because those 2 rounds, the confidence swept out. And VP on another save. And momentum may just begin to build, but we've seen these moments turned around by VP many a time these past few days. And the one thing that rings home to me was the conversation that Scoots had with Taz on day 1, when Taz says, yeah, I'm here to win, but I'm here to remind everyone that I'm a great player, that we're great players. I'm here to remind Get Right, here to remind Heaton, Khan, all these legends, that we're still a real team. We're still fighters.
And they are. I mean, the Polish guys, they never surrender. They have been playing not at their best for 1.5 years, and they're still here now in the grand final, leading 12-6 against NiP, the most successful CSGO team in history. You can see that these guys, they are legends.
Here we go, in towards the B site. NiP going to run. All of their forces move in. Bjarli gets dropped. It's Snacks and Neo that'll be charged with holding on to that site, and Snacks does get himself a headshot onto Fiflaren, but it'll cost him his life as Freiburg gets in on the action as well, as Forest and Get Right have a frag each, and bomb is planted. It's Taz, 1 on 4. I don't fancy his chances, as it goes to a 5-round deficit now. NiP 3 in a row, and the winds have changed.
Yes, but now the real action begins because Virtus.pro, they can buy whatever they want and they can play their game. But they won the pistol round, they lost an eco, and then they were twice saving. So that wasn't a huge half at the moment. And now the action is going to begin.
You like to focus on the positives, but you have to look at Fiflaren still on 1 frag.
Well, I don't like to point out players that are just lacking of frags because Fiflaren is giving a lot to NiP apart from just his fragging ability. He had an excellent tournament so far. That's why talking about Fiflaren right now in this grand final having 1 kill, that would be just bad words against such a good guy.
Get right. Ready to come to the party. As he gets dropped by Neo, who is coming around the corner, and a little bit too intricate. Mowed down by a bulldozer, that is Neo. And Bjarli, oh, you would have bet your house on him hitting that frag. Forrest picks him off. He is down in the M by Taz. They're a man to the good here, Virtus.pro, but
that is massive.
But Snax is walking around and just walking in a Snax wonderland. He gets himself a hat-trick of frags. He waited, and then he finished off the job. You just had to wonder, when was he going to pull the trigger? And when he did, it was quite magnificent.
And the crowd is on his feet to just claim this play. That was just very, very cold-blooded from Snax, and he just took the maximum out of this situation.
13-7 now, Virtus.pro with their first round in 3. There's Pasha with the headshot onto Forrest as NiP are reminded of what VP are all about. As Snax will see action, and Snax has had a marvelous tournament.
Yes, Snax, Bjarli, and Pasha are the standout at the moment for Virtus.pro. They have been playing extremely great the whole tournament, and right now in this grand final, they are still delivering. Pasha getting the entry kill. He knew that someone was going, and still he managed to click faster than his opponent.
Yep, we'll move the bomb around with Exist and Freiburg. They're going to go down B. Fifth Laren is there as well. Get right coming to help. And NiP will push in towards B. At this moment, it would look good. It'll go up against 4 against 1. No intelligence for VP at this moment. They've not seen any NiP action since the frag.
But Snax has been very, very huge before, and he can do it again. That is 100% sure.
Neo's coming to help, and Snax will see the party. Here we go. Snax gets frag number 1. Snax gets frag number 2, and Snax is on fire. Neo helps him out with the frag onto 5th Laren, and now it's Exist 1 on 4. He's always the last man standing for NiP in these impossible situations, but he makes a game of it with a frag onto Neo. But VP have got 2 in a row, and they're 2 away from victory.
And Virtus.pro must be feeling extremely great because they know that NiP, they don't have as much money as they want, and so far so good for Virtus.pro. They have been winning those key rounds with perfect play from all the players. I just can't see the map going onto Virtus.pro way right now. They are playing just so great.
This is map 1 if you're just joining us. It's a best out of 3. It'll be Inferno next, and Dust 2 if we need it. And Virtus.pro ready to set fire to the game and light this crowd up once more. Here will come NiP in towards the A site. Pasha with a grenade, picks off 5th Laren, and it'll be, they've seen one team make a long way in there. It's going to be Get Right who was there, but they exchange frags again. Get Right with 2, Exist gets 1, and NiP have a 3-on-2 off, ready to plant as well, with Get Right on the bomb site. Exist is in there, and Get Right will leave the side and try to help Forrest as they want to go down towards, I thought CT spawn, because that's where Snax was coming from. But no, Snax gets himself the kill onto Get Right. And now Forrest and Exist will have to hold on to that site, and they do very, very well so far. It's 1 versus 2. It's Neo for the round. Forrest low on health, and Neo knows exactly where he is, but Exist is going to play a huge, huge role in this as Forrest dances and holds off Neo. Neo thought he was going to get in there, does get the kill, but the bomb will blow regardless, and Neo will escape. No, he won't.
And that was a perfect play from Forrest. He has been dancing throughout, all around the boxes. That was just, on one side, funny to watch, and on the other hand, it was very, very strong and a very, very good play.
Bought 10 seconds, easily.
Yeah, 100%. And once the bomb is blowing up, then you win the round. That's what it's all about. So Forrest played it perfectly well.
14-8. NiP fighting against the 6 men of Virtus.pro once more as the crowd cheer them on. But Forrest silences the crowd with a headshot onto Neo. Pasha looking to level things up, but as he peeked, he was picked off. Exist with a big round. Get Right gets himself another one, and it'll be NiP 3 frags to the good here. Only Bjarli can stop them. And Virtus.pro with just Snax left standing here on what was a save round for them. And it'll go to 14-9.
And NiP, they just seem like they took their confidence back. They're going to be 14-9 right now. And the round that was played by Virtus.pro, they only had one sniper to work with in the hands of Pasha. So he was the man to take down for NiP. And Pasha, even though he had this sniper, he couldn't make everything he wanted with it. And Forrest gets Snax down. Pasha, he wanted to play the whole round on his own. That could have worked, but once he was down, then Virtus.pro were almost sure to lose a round.
5-round advantages though for Virtus.pro, very much in the driving seat here on map 1. NiP, what do you do on this situation? You know you're up against everything at this moment in time, but you believe in yourself.
Yeah, of course you believe in it. And Virtus.pro, well, you can see that they have a shotgun in hands. They don't have any choice. They need those rounds, and so they will play probably more aggressively, and that might be downside of having such a huge lead. They are feeling very confident. They want to take the NiP players down. They don't want to let them any chance.
And Snax holding B with that. Oh, here we go. Pasha gets himself a headshot. It's Get Right that goes down, and Virtus.pro get a crucial frag as Neo will look for another as he extends out. The next one will come in from Pasha onto Exist, and NiP dropping like flies now. Fifth Laren was ready to come over towards B, and Freiburg will go. Forrest is a decoy trying to cut someone off as they go over from A, and it's Taz who'll see him. Freiburg gets himself one onto A as it'll be Freiburg down by Pasha. And here's Fifth Laren to try and hold the fort, but he can't. It's Forrest that goes in as NiP have just one man left standing up against 3, but this is a man that really can. He's got the first, and he has Snax, Pasha and Bialy all on.
And this smoke is crucial.
Sees the bomb, that's the prize. And they've seen him, and they have finished him off. Virtus.pro have 6 map points.
And once again, Pasha with 3 kills, 3 immense kills onto the Swedish guys. And look at the money of NiP. There is one guy that can buy, and this man is Get Right.
Get Right's had a... fragging-wise, he's in the mix of things. He had a quiet game by Get Right standards. We hold Get Right to a different standard than we hold everybody else in the world. But let's see what he can offer for NiP with his Galil. Virtus.pro will hold back and unleash into the Freiburg and Forrest. Forrest though picks off Pasha. Pasha is like a man possessed at the moment. He is simply unplayable. Snax gets himself one. Taz and another. Get Right though in on the double with Bialy and then dropped by Taz. And that's map 1. Virtus.pro are in the lead against NiP, and they have one hand on that trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, Virtus.pro are on fire right now. And who would have believed just 5 short days ago that Virtus.pro could be one map up against NiP in the grand final of the EMS One?
And you can see the whole crowd, they believe in this. They are thinking that Virtus.pro is already hands on the trophy. But they still want map to be taken off the Swedes, and that's going to be a very, very hard task. Second map, Inferno. This map is going to be probably way more tough for the Polish guys.
You know, there's this romance in esports. There's this romance in sport, full stop, that the underdog can do it.
Yes.
You know, I was talking with Sean at lunch. It's like, that romance, it won't happen. It'll be 2-0 NiP. But you can see what it happens. You can see what goes on. And on paper, Sean was right. But what this crowd have brought, what these players are rising to, it feeds in, and it's captivating. And Virtus.pro are a man to the good, and NiP are deep in thought, working, what do we change at halftime?
Yes, but that was probably the map they could afford to drop, because they knew that Mirage was, I mean, they are one of the best team in the world on Mirage. And coming into Inferno, they are very confident. They have lost very, very few games on it. So NiP, they're just going to have to forget the first map, and Virtus.pro, they have to keep the momentum going. They have to still feel that pressure because they are not done yet.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, are you not entertained? Well, if you're not, we sure as heck will entertain you in just a moment. When we come back, it'll be map 2 of Virtus.pro versus NiP.
Wow, what a match. I don't think we expected it to be that one-sided. Obviously, Virtus.pro did exactly what they needed to do. They got the pistols, they got the crowd behind them, and again, it just it did not really gel for them at all. On the first side, you know, they didn't even put 2 rounds together in a row. Initial thoughts, gentlemen, on map 1.
It was utter domination. It wasn't even as close as the score told. NiP won 2 eco rounds that match and still got absolutely demolished. You would think with 2 eco round wins, you'd be able to hang someone in a match. No, that wasn't even close.
No. And the thing is, we talked about the Mirage T-side of Virtus being strong, and we talked about them getting a good beginning. That was exactly what they got in this game, and that was really needed. And it looked for some point like NiP was scared, I think, because in the rounds where they actually did damage, as you say, it was the eco rounds, the rounds as they see as lost, where they can just be more free. NiP played without any map control. They played really passive. There's lots of points to make about how they played the CT side, because it doesn't look like NiP. Normally you want NiP to push aggressive, use the individual level to get the map control, push there, rotate back. They didn't do that, Sean.
That's the very first thing I said to Katie when the match started was they're playing very passive after this pistol round. They're not having mid control. They're not pushing aggressively into places. The normal NiP would have controlled mid that match, and I don't understand why they didn't do it. All of Virtus.pro's strats ran through that middle, and NiP just kind of let them have it. I would have loved to see a smoke at the end of mid with maybe a Get Right jumping out of window, one guy staying window, one guy staying connector, maybe a guy cat supporting from B. But instead, we just saw NiP giving up that middle, giving up map control, and Virtus.pro just slowly picked them apart because of it. And there was no adaptation at all.
So before we get into, we're going to walk through a bunch of rounds that you guys were watching and decided that we should kind of break those down a little bit. But before, I got 2 in-game leaders here. Obviously, you've won stuff, you've lost stuff. What does Fiflaren have to do? He himself did not have a good game. And historically, the strat caller is not going to be your top fragger, and that's A-okay, although on a couple maps you did the other day. But, like, obviously, like, what does he have to do, for himself, to get right for, not get right, but to get his head right, if you will, for map 2. But what also do he and Heaton need to do to get this team ready for possibly the last map for them?
I think right now Fiflaren's probably focusing a little bit too much on the team, and he needs to focus more on himself. He has great fraggers around him. He needs to not focus so much on the strategies and just play loose. They're playing so tight right now. They just really need to focus on working together as a team and just playing loose while doing so, which is typical NiP CS.
Yeah, they are doing the opposite of what they're normally doing. With the way that they're right now playing so scared and playing, I don't know, that I think it's because they think that Virtus is not such a clever team as some of the other teams that they normally play against, so they want to outsmart them by playing really passive, stacking the right bomb size late. But they need to push, they need to face them before all these execution comes from the Virtus team.
So are they playing a counter game to Virtus.pro versus playing their own game?
You know what? I heard actually that these two teams hadn't played much of each other online. Virtus.pro didn't want to play NiP in practice scrims because they were aware this could happen. They were aware they were in good form and they were ready to place NiP in the finals. So they didn't play them. And right now, NiP thinks that this is the old Virtus.pro that doesn't have good tactics, doesn't have good smarts. They're just trying to run around and out-aim you. And what we're about to see when we break down these rounds later on is that this is a completely different Virtus.pro than previous teams.
Yeah, and they caught NiP off guard so many times with like these pop flashes and good team play, double peaks here. Like everything was really coordinated by the Virtus.pro team, and I have to give them credit for that also. But when we were talking about it, it was like NiP is seen as, if not the strongest, then at least the second strongest team in the world. Stop caring too much about who you play against. Focus on yourself when you have this expertise and these opportunities. And yeah, I think you asked about what is Fiflaren going to do now. Fiflaren is going to go out, he's going to talk with the boys, he's going to say, this was Virtus' map pick. Now we focus on our second map, which what we wanted to play. We're going to go in there, we're going to take initiatives now. We're going to play our own game. This didn't work out. New game plan, and let's start from scratch.
All right, let's break some of this stuff down in specific. We're going to start with actually the very first pistol round. Sean, why don't you get ready to rock us through that?
Yeah, sure. So Let's see.
And again, while Steele's bringing it up, big shout out to Steele. He's been our observer all weekend.
Awesome.
Pro player in his own right, so obviously he's rock solid on what he should be showing. And here we go. Let's go.
All right.
Pistol round.
So this pistol round, we have Pasha holding back middle. You see NiP is doing a very heavy setup towards middle, B side. They actually have 4 players gravitating over there with leaving Exist all alone in bomb site A. You'll see Get Right slowly pushing up mid. And this is the only round of the whole half that NiP does try to do a mid push. Pasha's gonna see Get Right here, pick him off early rounds, and what he's gonna communicate to his team is no pro team would solo push mid. There's definitely gonna be 2 more guys around the middle, and I guarantee Pasha's communicating that with the team. These guys recognize that. They're instantly out A, and their first instinct when they go out A is to push the connector. And the reason why is because that's where the rotation's coming from. They have Glocks versus those P2000s. They want to get close range. They want to control the connector. And while they do that, I believe they have 1 guy hold the spawn. So their roles in this are just so perfect. They're so crisp. And you'll see Snacks right now push the connector, and he's going to get 2 frags. And this is perfect CS. You can practice this all day, but this is just a team that has played a lot of Counter-Strike lately.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
Exactly, and the thing is, you say you can practice this all day, but when it comes to actually doing it in the game, it's different. You can see, as you say, the communication by
no
Pasha.
hesitation.
Exactly, it's instant. They're just ready for it.
It's fantastic.
See Sis trying, and Sis actually answering back with some kills, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, it was a 2v5, and they're pretty much free frags.
Yeah. So. And that's pretty much it for that one. Next one we're going to jump into is round 6.
And this is a very important round in the match because NiP is literally feeling the pressure. And you know they're feeling the pressure because they're very low on money, but 1 guy has a lot of money, and it's Get Right. So what does he decide to do this round? He buys an AWP. Not a very Get Right move to AWP middle. He tries it out. It doesn't pay off. He misses the shot in the beginning. They push him back. Virtus.pro slowly works in A. They know that sniper rifle's floating around the map. They play some good smokes. They clean take A. But the most important thing about this round is that you'll see Get Right doesn't elect to save the AWP, which is something Katie and I talked about instantly when it happened.
Yeah, we were like, okay, the AWP can be an okay buy if we just start the round here. And you can see Sis saved the weapon. So that is, of course, why Get Right says, like, okay, maybe this can be a gamble round. We can try. It's not like it's changing his whole economy because everyone else was broke because they won round and then they lost. But the thing is, which really was concerning for us, was that he didn't decide to save it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, when they are in a 5-on-3 situation, it's like, why wouldn't you save it when the bomb is planted as Virtus team?
They really needed this gun at this point in the match, too. You can see by their money, they're all really broke.
Here it comes. The bomb is being planted, 5-on-3, even smoke's blocking off the vision.
I would have also liked to maybe see a cat push from Forrest with an AWP or a Fiffler in, or try to get them involved more.
And you can see it's too late. Like, the bomb is ticking away. They already
caught
knew
by the window right here.
Unlucky, not the... Like, Get Right is known for being so clever, outsmarting the opponent every single move, coming from behind in the right timings, but this time, it just didn't fit.
Didn't pay off.
No.
All right, actually, gentlemen, we're going to actually have to cut this a little short. The players are ready, and as you guys know, as players, like when they're ready to rock and roll, you don't want to you don't want to ice one team. You want them to get rocking and rolling. So we had a few more to do. We're going to skip them. It's all right. There'll be plenty of frag movies made, all sorts of good stuff. So let's do it. It is map 2. It's obviously win or go home for NiP. Virtus.pro has a little bit of wiggle room, but once again, going to give it back to the big boys at the other desk, Tosspot and MBK. Let's do this.
Thank you very much, guys. Great job. MBK, this has been a game and a half. We are so pumped. This has been such an experience. Been casting for 10 years, and as Red Eye and I were just talking about in the halftime there, it's amazing that there are still moments like this that you can experience, because this is just crazy.
Yeah, the whole stadium is still full, even though there was a break between the first and the second map. But that was a very, very strong play from Virtus.pro on the first map. And let's see if they can bring it on Inferno, but I think that it's going to be way closer.
180,000 people were watching on Twitch in that first map. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the party. CS is back where it belongs, on the main stage with the big crowds. We're going to get ready for map 2. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise once again. Virtus.pro map to the good. We were analysing earlier Virtus.pro on Inferno that we saw against LGB. Their B defense really strong because of one man named Neo. He was a machine. Their A defense and their A offense, not so much.
Well, they can change. I mean, you can see that Neo hasn't been performing as well as before on this. On the first map so far, but he can always come back. Neo is a big guy. He is one of the best players in the world, and he has nails of steel.
And NiP, they're capable of having a monster performance on this. They've got the T side. They have to get pistol. They have to get confidence back in those veins, because that wasn't the NiP I've seen before. They looked nervous at that halftime.
Yes, they just looked like they didn't want to play their game. I mean, you can see that Forrest was playing pretty passively, whereas he's supposed to be very aggressive. GetRight wasn't lurking as he is doing all the time. So that is a huge difference from what we saw from NiP before in the tournament. But you never know what these guys are capable of, and NiP that have been playing Inferno in big stages so many times, back on 1.6, on Source for Freiburg and Tiflaren, and now on CSGO, even though it's a new game, they have what it takes to just go back onto a third map.
They do. The third map would be Dust 2 if you're just joining us. Virtus.pro are 1 to the good. It's a $250,000 prize purse. First place takes home $100,000. Those are big, big numbers. And we're about to get back underway here. Who's going to take this map, MBK?
Well, Virtus.pro starting on the city side is a very, very good thing for them, because Inferno, if you have a good control, if you can play aggressively, then you will oblige NiP to go on one or the other bomb side. And I'm really looking forward to what Virtus.pro can bring into the game. I know that they like to play very aggressive into Banana, and I know as well that NiP, they love to rush the A bomb side.
Who's going to win the map?
Who's going to win the map? I think it's going to go to overtime. And then NiP might take this.
Well,
but that's what I hope. Maybe it's not going to happen like that. But no matter what, I just want to have a great final.
We are being treated to a final and a half here, and we are going to get this show back underway. It's Virtus.pro, it's NiP. It's a vital pistol round that NiP must win.
And let's see what Virtus.pro can bring. I think they are feeling very confident, and they're going to try to out-aim their opponent. You can see that Pasha, he bought a Kevlar. He's probably going to try to get the first kill in the middle. And NiP, the classic 4 Kevlars, they just want to rush Virtus.pro down.
Let's see what they've got to offer here. VP will stack Neo and Snacks on Banana, quickly pushing down where GetRight will meet them. It's going to be shots fired in the middle, and Neo gets the better of GetRight. Freiburg down to 1 point of health as well. That's a perfect start for Virtus.pro.
And you can see that they are locking down the apartments. There is Taz and Berry waiting for them. But NiP, they have other plans, and it's all going to be on Pasha to stop them.
Here comes Pasha, headshot onto Forrest, pulls back, Taz helps him out with the frag onto Freiburg, and now it's NiP, finally stopped by Lauren's frag, but he'll go down, and Exist finds himself in a 1 versus 4, and Exist must be kicking himself in this game, because every time we come to him, he's in a 1-on-3, a 1-in-4, and yes, he's getting a lot of stream time, but boy, is he in trouble. And it's Virtus.pro who pick up the pistol round. And boy, oh boy, if you didn't believe they could win this game in 2, you better start thinking about it.
Well, you can see that Virtus.pro, even though they win, the pistol round, they are extremely calm. They know that they must not hype too much. They must not go too confident, because NiP, no matter what, they can come back. They can win rounds and unexpected rounds. So Virtus.pro are doing the perfect thing. They are very calm. They are just playing their game, outpicking their opponent, and that's what they did. Freiburg had 1 HP since the very beginning of the round, and there was Neo getting 1 kill onto GetRight in the beginning as well. So that was a perfect gun round. Pistol round from Virtus.pro.
1 to the good here on the CT side. They'll be looking to build up as much of an advantage as they can. Put that pressure on NiP. As Freiburg chatting across to his teammates, it's almost a timeout, make sure that they're ready. Looks like it might be a small technical hitch as well, but for NiP, they need to use this opportunity to steady those nerves, keep them calm.
Yes, NiP, they have Heathen in the background, and he also has a lot of experience, and he's going to help them out into staying calm, just staying focused. Although there is problems, although the crowd is against them, they have to stay focused, because Virtus.pro, they can be taken down by the 5 Swedes. GetRight, Forrest, exist. They did it already on the big stages. Even though this one is extremely huge and the whole crowd is amazing, this is a very hard task to win 2 maps right now, but they can do it.
Yes, they can. They're waiting to see what's caused this pause in between rounds. And so Get Right who has an issue. Get Right has a big part to play in this. He was up, his kill-death ratio was plus 80 or something crazy at the start of the game. And he's done it by just attrition. It's not been 1-on-5s that he's done 10 times in a row, but he's got 2-fers and 3-fers throughout the game. It's been a phenomenal, throughout the tournament, it's been a phenomenal play from him thus far, and they need him on tip-top form if they are to claim this round.
Yeah, I mean, Get Right has to play his game style once again. He has to be able to just lurk as he was doing in the previous games.
Do you want us to sing Darude Standstorm? Is that what that was suggesting? Because I tell you what, that's a very quick way to lose 180,000 viewers.
We can bring Sir Scoots, maybe?
Yeah, Scoots has got a voice of an angel. He used to be in a choir. Anyway, Get Right. Back to more serious matters.
Yes, Get Right, he has to be lurking again. And I'm really looking forward to what he's going to offer, because I know that Inferno is one of his best maps. He loves the map. He can do pretty much whatever he wants. But Virtus.pro, they are ready for everything.
Neo sees action. His grenade picks off Freiburg, and his grenade did a hell of a lot of damage to all of those players coming up that catwalk, and Snacks will just help himself out. I mean, it's hard to pick from these VP players who's been the best, but Snacks, Bjarly, they've certainly earned their place in this team. And it's Get Right who's left standing here, 1-on-5, and here is not standing anymore. It's 2-0 for Virtus.pro, as they convert the pistol round into 2 and didn't lose a man either.
Yeah, that was a complete lockdown of the B-bomb side. NiP, they had Kevlars plus pistols, so that's a huge loss, not even take one single man down from the Virtus.pro side. Now they have Glocks to work with. They won a Nico before, only with Glocks and no Kevlars on Mirage, so they could do it again, but now Virtus.pro, they're not gonna lose it twice.
Needs fly down towards the middle. This time Virtus.pro will... Sorry, this time NiP will split. Neo gets himself the opening frag onto Freiburg. Again, he's done that 3 rounds in a row. He is a man possessed on that banana area. He just owns it. And you know if you're going to come there. And the mental fact is that you know you're going to face him every time. Taz and Bjarly help themselves to frags. And Get Right will go down. You get the frag onto Taz, in fact, and he's the last man standing. But Bjarly goes down and finishes off the job. To finish off that thought on the banana walkway and Neo, we saw it yesterday. He owned it, he dominated it, and he's doing it again today. Freiburg's been picked off, I think, 3 rounds in a row by Neo on banana. What does that do when you know it's one man, it's like a duel, I challenge you to a duel, sir, going up banana?
Well, it's going to be a hell of a match on this side of the game, because on banana it's going to be Neo against Freiburg, and we know that those 2 players are capable of amazing things. And look at that, Virtus.pro, they are going very aggressive once again.
Pasha looking for anything he can see in the middle. Doesn't see anything. And it'll be Bjarly and Pasha with frags. Virtus.pro on NiP's first buy round have come alive as we follow up with Neo as he'll see Get Right. This is another challenge for Neo, which he comes down on top once again. Get Right misposition and Neo put him down. It's Forrest and Fifth Laren who are the next 2 as they will meander up towards that A site. They're up against 5 players overall, and only Bjarly's taken a slither of damage. The Virtus.pro players are just lined up and ready to go. And that's what they can do. Fifth Laren walked right between the crosshairs, and now it's Pasha to finish off the round. That's a hat-trick. Virtus.pro on fire right now.
And Pasha showing once again why he is one of the best players in the world, what he has been playing for more than 10 years now. He is sitting on 5 kills, and those 3 kills in this round, they were massive. He took an entry kill, and then he closed up the round. I think NiP were not ready to face Pasha with a sniper on Inferno, and that's what Virtus.pro is saying. That is our map. We are taking the banana. We have a sniper in the middle. You can't even come here.
It's going to be Get Right to chase with Freiburg up against Neo. They've reinforced Freiburg, but don't forget that Snacks is there with Neo as well. Freiburg down, Get Right trying to get off Banana as the Molotov will come in. That forces him to move, and they're just trying to finish off this frag because they know that there's blood at the bottom of Banana, but they won't get it. Get Right does get away. It's going to be a 4-man A push now. Bjarly and that Pyjamas are ready to see action. Frag number 1 and 2, and there's going to be 3. Virtus.pro converting this save round into another, and again we get set up with Exist in an unwinnable position. You got to feel for him. It's 5-0 VP. They are on fire.
And Virtus.pro, that's what they have been doing throughout the whole tournament. They have extremely good start of sides. They are starting almost always up 5-0. And when you're playing against such a good team, if they have a 5-0 lead on both sides, it means they're already up 10-0 on the whole match. And coming back from a 10 rounds deficit against such a good team, that is something that is just a miracle.
And he's opening 5 rounds. The pistol, we've only had 1 buy round. Well, we'll come to that in a second here. Freiburg gets himself a frag. Pasha goes down. That's a vital battle that they've won. There are 2 battles to win against VP. Neo on Banana and Pasha in the middle. Winning 1 opens up half of the map. Still a heck of a lot of other players that you've got to deal with, but it's half the battle done. And
that is one of the key rounds that Virtus.pro can afford to lose, because after that, if they win the next round, then the money of NiP is going to be totally ruined. So that round doesn't matter that much for Virtus.pro. It does matter for NiP because they need rounds in this half. But even though Virtus.pro will lose here,
well, they may lose.
They may lose, even though they're weird to lose because they are a man down. That would be a good thing for the whole side.
Bjarly opens up, first frag to him, but Freiburg and Forest combine. NiP with a 2-man advantage. It's Snax and Neo to save this. Snax quivering in that A side as the bodies come towards him and he tries to unleash. But we'll have to settle for that only frag as Neo will go 1 on 3. Snax actually didn't do a lot of damage. Freiburg's on half health, but Neo had a lot to go up against. And bomb plant and the elimination. It'll be 5-1. NiP on the board and they're ready to kick off this game.
And NiP are finally going back to their standards. They were all together. They just wanted to revenge each player. They lost 1 in the beginning when they were trying to do that A push, but then they revenged and Forest got a kill as well as Freiburg. So that was just a textbook play from them. And Virtus.pro now, this round is going to be capital. They have to win this one if they want to go even better in this half.
Neo nades down. At the moment, that's a fight that NiP just don't want to take. And it's sacrificing Get Right as well. Get Right's the one that has to hold Banana, and you're taking out one of the best probably the best player of the game to do that. So that's a happy trade for Virtus.pro. And they'll leave 3 on 4 on A every time because you've got to come to them. And there are plenty of crossfires. It's I'm not going to say it's an easy site to defend, but it's a site where you can easily crossfire this mid position here, and 2 can take down 3 or 2 can take down 4. Let's see. Pyjamas will be the first man to run into what wasn't a crossfire. Finds himself with a Molotov that'll push him back. But you can see again, Snax and Neo are going to go up against Get Right here on the Banana. The bomb is making its way behind them. Freiburg is there. Exist is going to cause as much noise as he can on A, as Snax is buying the bait. Taz gets himself that frag onto Exist though, and that'll change everything. Here comes Freiburg in towards the B site. Neo is there. Neo picks off Freiburg. He waits for Get Right to finish off his shot, and Get Right does with aplomb, picking off Neo, and the B site will be planted as Forest and Get Right will hold on. Fiflaren is going to play a big role in here. He's lurking through CT spawn, waiting to see if anyone else is coming from A. They're not, and he gets over towards that site where Forest is nading. And Fiflaren ready to come in from behind. Get Right, headshot, down goes Pasha. We're in 3 on 3 after plant here, and Virtus.pro players are falling like flies as Fiflaren does connect with a big frag onto Bjarly. Sorry, it was Forest who got the frag onto Bjarly, and now it's Taz and Snax to try and recover. Snax does so. Big frag, Fiflaren out with 2 on 2, but the bomb ticking louder and louder, and I don't think Virtus.pro are going to be able to do this one. And Taz will escape. Will VP chase him out? So will NiP chase him out? That has been their play, and Taz ready for that. He wants to make it expensive as well, but in the end, both players will escape. In NiP with 2 rounds in a row now.
Yes, and NiP, once again, textbook play. They were 4 against 1 player onto the B bomb side, and Get Right getting very huge, and he is the key player. If now NiP want to go back against Virtus.pro and take the lead, then Get Right, that is the kind of play he needs to do. He had 3 kills. He totally locked down the B bomb site, sorry. That was just textbook play, and then Get Right with his incredible individual performance. Just
the key moment there was that Snacks bought the fake on A. He came out of B, left Neo in that 1-on-2. And Exist, even though he died, he did a perfect job of being a target.
Yes, the tactic was very good from NiP. Exist just went in a pit all alone, and Snacks was obliged to fall back because there were smokes everywhere. They couldn't really take informations. They only saw one guy, so it might be there, it might not be. Neo, he had a Molotov in Banana, and that's why he was alone. He was able to buy time, but NiP, they just went through it. And even though they were all half HP after going through it, well, they had the bomb site, and they were 3-on-4, they were even 4-on-4 with Fiflaren going in the back.
Here we go, Fiflaren ready to push in towards that A site and lead the charge. NiP have made their way forward and come out all guns blazing, but the guns are firing back from Virtus.pro. 3 down for NiP, and that'll be a 4th to follow. It's Forest or bust for NiP, and Bialy makes it bust. That's 6-2. Virtus.pro stop the rot and pick themselves up there next round, and that's an excellent performance from them.
And once again, perfect round from Virtus.pro. They were waiting for NiP, and they just all came into the crosshair. They had Molotov into the bomb site, flashes, smokes. NiP were just going blindlessly onto this bomb site, and Virtus.pro, well, they just had their weapon in hand. They had to wait for them, and that just looked so easy for them.
Molotov down from Snacks. Neo will push out. It's 2 Galil by here from NiP, and Get Right picked off by Snacks. And, he'll then retreat, but he's got Neo to help him out as well. Remember, that's just a place you don't want to go. Freiburg down, and B is on lockdown.
That is just crazy. I think every single team after this event and every single player is just gonna watch all those replays from Virtus.pro. They are having their best game probably on CSGO. And they're just showing why they're here, why they are in the final, why they took 1 map away already.
Here we go, it's going to be Taz to get himself one. Pasha follows in, Exist picked off, and Pasha will finish off the job. And Virtus.pro, 5 to the good now. This is a dream come true for them.
Oh yes, they are in their best game, and now look at that, NiP, they don't have any money anymore. So it's probably going to be another easy round for Virtus.pro, and they will go up 8-2.
Let's take this opportunity, with it being an ECA round, to tune into Virtus.pro's comms once more.
Yes.
And give the home crowd some insight into what's going on over there. So here we go, let's have a listen to Virtus.pro.
Ja, wychylam prawy.
Banan hajki znowu. Ja już ginę. Nie ginę. Mało rzuciłem i uciekam. Jeszcze 2.
Virtus.pro pick up the round in style as they claim 5 Swedish players, and we're 10 rounds in, and I'm still waiting for the real NiP to connect.
Yes, it just looks like NiP are not playing up to their standards. They have been trying to do some tactics, but they are not playing. I mean, they played 1 round that they won, where they played all stacked together, and the second one was kind of the same. They need to do that once again. They know probably how to go into these rounds, and now they're going to be 2 onto Banana.
Taz is going to charge a long way down here. He will see action as there's Forest just down there. Bialy's going to go looking for him as well. Get Right gets himself a frag, and Taz might think twice about where he is here. Will they be expecting more players in because Pasha's gone down? Get Right helps himself to that, but Taz with the frag onto Forest will challenge Get Right, who has 2 kills to his name in this house, and will decide the bomb site will be savable. NiP actually going to rotate back, and Neo will see Fiflaren, Exist, and Freiburg coming his way, and this will be an interesting choice. Freiburg's going to try and pull out Neo, who just stands his ground and loses it. Freiburg gets the headshot. NiP have the B bomb site under control. Snacks is going to try and make his way all the way around there, and Taz with the frag on to Get Right will say, oh, what was Get Right doing? He wasn't actually rotating around. He wasn't moving with the site, and that may signal to Taz that there's more going on than meets the eye. Fiflaren will now rotate, and they will go over towards that site. Taz has A, Snacks can see B. I wouldn't say he has it.
And now look at that, even NiP, they don't look very safe about where to go. Even though they have Freiburg in a perfect position, they have no information. He might just have gone straight to the bomb site, and now they're going to face Snacks.
Snacks will feast if he can, but he's taken some damage. They know where he is. He's held up, and that's allowed... Well, Taz was a little bit slow to rotate, but he's going to go towards Banana, and we're going to see a 2-on-3 after plant here. NiP to lock down. Exist is waiting for Taz, who will come charging up, and Pete sent charging back. Headshot picks him off. Snacks gets one back onto Exist. He's going to have to go monumentally huge here if he wants to win this one, but with the bomb ticking faster and faster, he's between a rock and a hard place and won't get out of there. It's going to be 8-3. NiP pick themselves up, but their third round of this T side.
And now that is very better round from NiP. Even though they were 4-2, they lose Get Right in the apartments. It looks like Virtus.pro has got information, but no, because there was only one guy, and that's Get Right. Get Right could be anywhere. That's the point. And Virtus.pro now, you can see that Pasha is back on the sniper. This round is going to be a key round once again because NiP, they almost have no money.
That play from Get Right is what we have to see a lot more of. Him being locked into this wall with Neo is a waste. Him being free, a free spirit that can go anywhere on the map and pick up 2 kills, that's what NiP need. They need to unleash, unchain Get Right.
Yes, that is the strength of Get Right. If you can let him free, do whatever he wants, he will always come in the best timing and just win rounds on his own.
Asher waiting for someone to come through the smoke. It's Get Right who may be the first to show, but he's just to the left. Virtus.pro without any real intelligence here of where NiP are. Freiburg and Exist are up on Banana. It's a 3-man push that'll come into A that's actually going to counter-rotate and go all the way back. And
Virtus.pro, they still have a smoke, they still have 2 Molotov to work with, so it's going to be extremely hard for NiP to go on this bomb site, but it looks like they don't want to change.
They're going to make this push. And Snacks and Neo will have to hold off against 5 here. And here we go. There is that first Molotov, and they'll charge into the fire that is Neo. 2 big frags for him. Snacks is going to join the party with 2 of his own. And it's Exist again in a 1-on-3 as he has the first that was Snacks. He has plenty of health to play with. He has the bomb. But, boy, are you asking for something special here? As he will go up against the team in the form of their life right now and push in and get picked off by Pasha, and NiP are falling very far from grace right now.
Virtus.pro is just playing the perfect game. They won another key round in amazing fashion, and look at that, 9-3. NiP, they have no money to work with once again, and it might just go extremely one-sided, and Virtus.pro, they just seem unstoppable.
If you've never watched CS before, this is an upset of biblical proportions.
And that was more than 200,000 viewers on the stream, so thank you everyone who is following and enjoying as much as us.
Neo goes down, gets himself a kill onto Freiburg and pushes in. I mean, from where we're going to be here on an assumption that Virtus.pro could convert this eco round, from where we're going to be, it'll be 10-3. It's a nightmare scenario for NiP, but it could be one of the greatest comebacks ever if they were to pull it off.
Yes, if they can do it, obviously it would be one of the nicest. And look at that, Virtus.pro, they are just running on the map, they're in a manhunt. They want to kill everyone, they want to just do what they just did. They want to just let no chance for NiP to talk or to do whatever. 10-3, 2 rounds to go. I just feel that they are going to take it.
You're listening to the expert opinion of MBK from Team Titan, who have faced off against NiP so many times.
Yes.
Have you seen an NiP like this, who are so stressed, so far from their normal greatness?
Yeah, it just looks like they are not playing their game. They don't seem very hyped, they just seem very calm, which can be a good thing, but if they want to come back, they need the hype. They need to just feel as one, and so far, they have been dying 1 per 1 on the side of the map. They need to continue playing stacked altogether because that worked extremely great in 2 or 3 rounds that they did. But it just looks like we're not looking at NiP.
Pasha lying in wait for people to come through middle. Get Right sat deep in that round and was wondering whether Neo or Snacks might push all the way down and try and come behind. But didn't happen, and he'll join the NiP raiding party on this A site in just a moment. He's the one with the bomb, in fact, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 in towards that A site. Pasha bound to see action any second now as Freiburg will come through. They ping out a flash. Pasha's flashed as well. That will allow Freiburg to round the corner, but it won't allow him to get any further. Pasha unleashes hell, Has NiP come back with 2 of their own? Exist claims 2 before Pasha gets his hat-trick. He gets the 4th. This is sensational play from Pasha. He's picked off by Get Right in the end, who's going to have to go big here. He puts the bomb down. There's a Molotov coming his way as he'll get out of there, and then we'll get dropped by Snacks. And what you need in moments like this are big players, and Virtus.pro's big players are showing up.
And once again, Pasha, have you seen that? He killed the first one, no scopes the second one, killed the third one opponents, and then uses his pistol to finish the rounds off. And look at that pass. It looks like he can't even believe it. Everything is going their way. They are winning even to 3, and the crowd is just enjoying that.
If this wasn't the magic of Virtus.pro, if this wasn't the hometown crowd, you'd actually say this is a slaughter. You would forget the underdog story. You would forget everything. But it is everything you want and more as we go into the last round of the half.
And look at that. Even Snack is playing with his weapons on the floor. He wants to be ready for everything. He has 3 guns to play with. Good luck with that.
Here we go. Coming up B will be... Forrest has gone a long way in as Get Right gets dropped. And Forrest will try to come through CT spawn as Neo and Snacks get frag after frag. There is Forrest with the frag onto Pasha that will just add an air of doubt. Freiburg and Fifth Laren come back. Bialy and Taz are a long way down here. Let's see whether Bialy will see Fifth Laren as he comes charging around the corner, and Fifth Laren gets the frag. This is an opportunity for NiP. They're 3-on-3 with... really the agenda set themselves as they try to go in towards A. Taz has been warned off that this is Forrest's pit, and he is not giving it up. Bomb planted, NiP, this is theirs to lose now. Let's see whether the Virtus.pro side can reclaim. Taz with the smoke to allow him to charge in. He'll then nade down. They know that Forrest is there. As Taz comes in and Forrest delivers. Forrest trying to drag NiP back into this game. Freiburg helps as well, and now it's 3-on-1. It's Snacks versus 3. What can he do? He pushes in, gets a headshot onto Freiburg, but Fifth Laren picks it up. And that was Forrest at his very best.
Yeah, Forrest, even though he wasn't very high on his scoreboard, he always picks up the good kills. And once again, NiP, they took the bomb side, they were in a 3-on-3, and they won it. So all the clutchy situations were for them. And that is a pretty good sign going into the second half. Even though they are down 11-4, if they can take the pistol round, the comeback is totally possible because they are extremely good on the city side. But look at that, Virtus.pro, they are just chilling. They feel very confident. They are in their game. It just looks like they prepared for this the whole time.
216,000 people watching, and all of you in the crowd, thank you for joining us. This is the EMS One Katowice final, a prize pool of $250,000, which will be won by one of these 2 teams who'll take home a first prize check of $100,000. A fantastic job by everybody involved who's made this possible. And do not kid yourself, NiP can come back.
Yes. This game is far from over, and NiP, if they can start picking the key rounds they need, then the comeback is totally possible. So we will see. Will they go once again on the city side with their 4 Kevlar tactic? It hasn't worked that great against Virtus.pro, so maybe they need some changes. But maybe they just feel confident even though they're down 11-4 on the city side. Everything is to come.
Everything is to come. Taz, possibly the nicest man in esports, is 5 rounds away from dream come true land.
Yes.
And a return to grace. The reason why Virtus.pro are so popular in and amongst this esports land is because Karma comes back. They had 5 years of glory, 3 WCGs, 2 ESWCs, 1 IEM, but Karma bit them in the backside. They then had years of desolation with mistreated. They had a nightmare scenario with a number of teams, and now they're in Virtus.pro. I actually spoke to one of the Virtus.pro managers, Yuri, a while ago, and he said, I had a number of choices to pick from. But these guys just have something. I've known them forever.
Yes.
Virtus.pro, long time ago, were the force in Russian CS. I remember casting them on Cobble so long ago. That used to kind of be their map. But now they're back with a Polish team who are doing them proud and doing that brand proud. And let's see whether Karma will come back for them. Or let's see whether the brilliance of NiP will come back. We'll see. NiP know that a win on this pistol round would set them up for that comeback. Fifth Laren is going to see 3 players at the top of Banana who then instantly pull back. Get Right was thinking about rotating, but Neo still has the ball on Banana. But Virtus.pro move 3 players up towards A. This is a double rotation, actually. Snax gets himself a headshot onto Forest. The bomb still on Banana. They're going to come in towards Fiflaren and Freiburg once more. And NiP, smart to this, they haven't actually moved any of their positions based off what they've seen. Freiburg headshot drops Pasha. Snax, second frag of the round, get right down. And it'll all be on Fiflaren to deliver. He gets the first, Bjarly goes down. And Snax still occupying many a player on that A site. Well, by many I mean exist. And he and Neo alive, but with no health. They have 30 and 9. Freiburg still on full with a kit. Exist on 22, and Exist with a kill onto Snax. Beautiful stuff from him. And now Neo 1 on 2, the man that really can in a situation like this for Virtus.pro, with the crowd on his shoulders, will push in. Exist sits deep, makes himself hard to find, uses the clock as well, which will work against him. 20 seconds to go, and Exist delivers a big round for NiP.
And that's what we were talking about. NiP, even though they are, they are down 11-4, now 11-5. The pistol round was very calm. Even though Forest lost the round, died in the beginning of the round, all the NiP players, I just can't even talk anymore. All the NiP players are just keeping their cool, and that is going extremely great for them.
11-5. The window of opportunity for NiP is open now. They must convert this, but so well stacked eco round from VP, though they have taken damage to Bjarly and Neo, which will make them a bit more bite size as the Bomb and VP players make their way up towards the B site, where Getright and Freiburg in particular had a great round last time, but Snax picking up where he left off. 2 frags, Forest, Fiflaren, both go down. Here come VP now towards the B site. It's all on Freiburg to deliver something big here, and Getright with the Famas gets himself the next. Exist helps himself out as well, but VP have got 3 frags in this round, and Getright stops Pasha. Exist, grenade onto Bjarly, and the Swedes say, guys, you've had your fun now, we're going to close this one out.
Well, that was in my opinion, a huge mistake by Virtus.pro. They weren't committed to the A bomb site so far, and Snax got 2 immense kills onto the A bomb site. And Virtus.pro, they had the whole time to fall back, go onto the A bomb site. So maybe they thought that the rotation was going to happen from B to A, coming from NiP, but Freiburg and Exist, they were here, locking down the bomb site.
11-5. Snax happy to have a Famas out of this round. And, remembering that this is an eco round, although they bought armor, remembering this is an eco round, forcing 3 men down, there are some points there.
After all, it is still a very good round for Virtus.pro, but they could have won it if they made a good choice.
11-6, the deficit now closing to 5, as Virtus.pro will be with a Famas, courtesy of Snax, but it'll be about it for them against 2 M4s and 3 Famases for NiP. NiP who went home and last night and practice, watch demo after demo after demo. They did it by the book. You can't fault their preparation, you can't fault their commitment. But they have come up against a team possessed. And Virtus.pro will make their way into Freiburg's B bomb site right now. There's the Molotov, fall short actually, neither Getright or Freiburg were there, and Freiburg and his Famas get himself the opening frag. It's Bjarly that will go down. Getright will retreat as he's flashed, but Freiburg helps himself to his 2nd frag, and his 3rd. Freiburg has stopped the rot. Snax, his Famas is the only thing standing between VP in this round, and he has got 2. It's Getright and it's Freiburg that are both down for Virtus.pro, but Snax will help himself to the 3rd frag. Snax going huge there, making it as expensive as he possibly could. Freiburg, though, will be happy to have claimed those frags, and it's 11-7 now. The pistol round successfully, if not expensively, converted, and VP now have a full buy.
And that was a very good play by Snax on both eco rounds. Now you can see that NiP, they have their guns, they are fully equipped, but they have almost no money in the bank, so this round is a must-win for Virtus.pro.
One man leads a charge of Virtus.pro that turns into a 10,000 person chant of Virtus.pro. You guys are incredible. And here goes Taz of Virtus.pro to need the push. 4 VP players over on the A side of the map. Pasha meandered up the banana walkway, but will rejoin in mid. Freiburg and Get Right over at B. And Exist, Fiflaren and Forest waiting for them at A. We're about to see the nades come in. Now, this didn't work yesterday. We saw this twice from VP yesterday against LGB, and it didn't work. Let's see if it's third time lucky, whether they've changed anything. As they'll push in now. They wait for the smokes to do their job. They edge around the corner with Bjarli. Bjarli will try to give the all clear, and Virtus.pro push in with Snacks as they go in. Still no movement from either Freiburg or Get Right, by the way. Bomb quickly planted with barely a shot fired in anger. Actually, great play from Virtus.pro. That did work. Freiburg and Get Right now moving in NiP. Don't want to commit until they've got all 5 players there, but they're going to have to because the bomb is ticking. As Get Right now joins the party. As Freiburg loses a lot of health, as does Get Right. But Taz down and out. Here's Freiburg. Surely he can. No, he can't. Exist has got 1, but Virtus.pro have got 3. Exist has his second frag. We're in 2v2. Nobody's got much health to play with as Pasha will go down. Bjarli's there. It's Pasha that's left standing. Bomb defused by Fiflaren. And Pasha, with his 2 points of health, will try to do damage and does get himself a kill. But a must-win round for NiP was won.
And now the comeback is totally real. NiP, they must feel very great after winning this round because it was very hard. They were 5-on-5, bomb planted, no HP dropped on both sides. And they managed to take back the bomb, defuse it, and still end up 2-on-1.
Talk us how they got to plant so quickly, the job of the smokes.
Well, basically with the smokes, they totally blocked the quad and everything that could be happening. They planted bomb on the A bomb site in a very, very little spot. And then they were all hiding in middle and in apartments. So NiP couldn't see anything. They could barely hear the one guy planning. And then it was just a 5-on-5, basically, with 35 seconds to be played. They had to just stack up, and they have to be very careful in everything they were doing.
And it was a great retake as a result.
That was a very great retake. NiP, they smoked off the choke points. They flashed the good places. They even had a Molotov. So they could just counter Virtus.pro extremely well at this point. But, you know, that could have gone either way because the kills exchange was just crazy. It was 3 for 2, and then 1 for 1, and then that was a 2 for 1 in the end.
Definitely a round to analyze for the guys at the end, you'd think.
Yes, definitely. That's going to be very good to analyze.
Yes, Forest will see Snacks in just a moment. He's flashed, but he holds his ground. Snacks will come out. Now, Neo and Exist will trade frags on either side as Exist is having a great game. He's really trying to pull NiP through here as Forest with the headshot onto Taz. NiP unable to prevent the bomb planted A, and Bjarli's headshot onto Exist will make this a much harder scenario. 2 rounds, 2 bomb plants on A. Reinforcements coming with Get Right and Freiburg. Forest has a headshot on towards Neo, and NiP are a 3-on-2 now as they'll push in with Forest still holding that pit and stopping any movement. Forest is on fire in that pit. He has 2 kills and now may help himself to the 3rd to help out his buddy here. He does. Forest, great play.
Extremely good play by Forest. He just held the pit. And Virtus.pro, you can see they were just hiding in the middle because they had no place to be. Forest in the pit, the backup coming from the arch side. They only had 2 spots to be in. That was apartments and that was quad. And Forest from the pit, he could hold both. So Get Right just went straight to the bomb, defused it in 5 seconds, and Virtus.pro didn't have time to even see the face of Get Right defusing.
2 bomb plants and, 9 frags in those 2 rounds meant, despite losing, VP have been able to buy every time.
Yes, that is a very, very massive thing. They can buy and they make no easy round for NiP. So even though the comeback is 100% real, that's going to be tough because Virtus.pro, they are buying 24/7.
Virtus.pro have 4 players making their way up banana with Snacks at the rear making it 5 now. They've now made their move. It's going to be Neo to lead the charge in as the fire comes in from places they just can't see. Bjarli will push in as Get Right with a headshot on towards Taz and a second onto Snacks. Get Right delivering here. Exist is in and just in the nick of time to pick off Bjarli, and the 2 on that site did their job. They traded and they allowed Exist to come in, and that will get them in a 2-on-3 after plant with NiP players on full health and Neo on just 4.
Now Pasha has to go big.
Not sure we'll need over to where Exist is coming from, but Neo will get the headshot on towards Exist. 4 health points. Here's plenty for a player like Neo! Big threat headshot onto Fifth Laren. Neo's 4 health points are going to be tested now by Forest. 1 on 2. 2 of the biggest players of the game. Neo gets the hat-trick. I do not believe it! 4 points of health. Who cares? 3 headshots. 1 by 1. Neo delivers for Virtus.pro. A round they had no right to win.
Oh, that was a massive run by Neo, and that was one of the key rounds. Everyone is clapping, even here in a Custos area. That is insane from Neo, and now look at that. That was such a key round. NiP is saving, so that might be Virtus.pro's round, and they might be going 13-9, but watch out, Forest, M4, he can do anything he wants.
And interestingly, they've moved Forest with that M4 into B, despite and not move either of Freiburg or Get Right.
Yes, they just want to be sure that the B bomb side can't be touched, and coming back into the whole side, and Virtus.pro, they were able to plant the bomb almost every round. They took down at least 3 or 4 NiP players, and that's why now NiP has to save. They lost so many players in every single round. That was key play from Virtus.pro, and they are just playing so well right now.
It is 12-9. With momentum, we talked about a comeback. But as momentum gets stopped, we look at it being only 4 rounds to go. Neo picks off Freiburg. Get right down. Here comes Forest! No. Neo drops the key man in that B site. And Virtus.pro are going to win themselves this next round. And it's 13-9. They now need just 3 to be the EMS champions.
It is getting closer and closer. And regarding how Virtus.pro is playing well, I can't hardly see it happening. But NiP, they are buying. They are not done yet. And they want to show the whole crowd that they can do it. They can give Virtus.pro a run for the money.
13-9. NiP still in this. At 230,000 people watching online. That number just gets bigger and bigger. CS claims its rightful place atop the tree of esports. Virtus.pro will push in. They have the confidence, they have the fans. But NiP have given real reason for caution, despite those last 2 rounds being traded. Remember, we were at 11-9 at one point. We were really close.
Yes, but now Virtus.pro, this is especially for NiP, this is a must win because, first of all, they can't let Virtus.pro go too close to the end of the game. They must not let them having 15 rounds. And they can't lose this round because they would be too short on money.
If they lose this and then lose an eco, it's 15.
Yes, so that would be so close. But look at that. Virtus.pro once again making the perfect play so far.
Freiburg all alone in B. Definitely someone who will not be phased. Oh. Neo's headshot. Good night, Freiburg. And he'll push into CT spawn, and he'll look for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, have no doubt, Neo is back in business. Snacks gets the next one, Get Right goes down. NiP have 2 on 5. They are in real trouble here. And the bomb goes down to add insult to injury. Fifth Laren is down, and NiP could sink without trace here. They're going to go to the last chance saloon.
I have no words so far for the performance of Virtus.pro. They are playing the perfect Counter-Strike game. They are facing NiP, the most successful CSGO team in all times. And they are outplaying them round after round. And now, NiP, they need a miracle. Look at their weapons. They have nothing to work with.
14-9. NiP do not want to be the team that comes second.
No, they don't.
2 $250,000 tournaments in a row. That's not a tag you want.
No, they want the victory. These guys are fighters. They want the trophy, they want to take it home, and they want to do it with great fashion. So if they have to come back, that must be now.
Virtus.pro with the bomb on the backpack of Neo, who is... I mean, the problem is, who do you pick out from this Virtus.pro player and say, well, he was the man of the tournament? Because you can say so many times that so many people on this VP side have just carried them through rounds just with individual brilliance.
Look at that once again, perfect smokes and perfect play from Virtus.pro. They are just going very confident into the bomb site.
Bjarly pushes in. It's going to take something special, and that was a big hit from NiP. They take Bjarly down to 13 points of health, and Exist finishes off the job. Bjarly coming around the side, gets it down. Exist. Oh, Exist! That is sensational from him. Freiburg comes in with another. Fifth Laren goes down, and Exist take a bow. That was marvelous play, and big moments like that need big players.
And now NiP, they are back. They wanted this round, and Exist just carried his whole team. And now, room is up for a comeback because they have weapons again, they have confidence, and they just need to outplay Virtus.pro on few rounds to be able to actually come back and win this map.
Oh, Exist. Things you did to my heart.
That's not much on everything.
NiP 10, Virtus.pro 14. Virtus.pro 1 map in the bag, 2 rounds away from glory. But NiP with a legacy. A legacy they have no plan on giving up. This entire conversation was unthinkable just days ago. Let's see what VP have to offer here. They'll nade in and say, this is exactly what worked for them earlier. Got them that quick plant. Those smokes just cover off. And NiP pushed Forest up to try and counter that, but it didn't work. And the only time it worked for NiP to hold on was when Forest was in the pit. So there could be a real problem here for NiP, as it'll be Pasha to go in now. Snacks has control of the pit, and we'll see his teammate. And Virtus.pro have Neo in the bomb site trying to plant. Bjarly puts a headshot on to Exist. And it's Bjarly to hold on to that site with the help of Snack. Pasha's there as well. And NiP have to save 5 match points.
Once again, perfect round from NiP, from Virtus.pro, I'm sorry. They are playing out of their mind. They are on point with their aim. They are having the best tactics, attacking the perfect timing, the bomb sites. Everything is going their way. That is 100% their tournament. They can't afford to lose this map. But NiP, 5 rounds to win now. They need another player stepping out like Exist did in the last round.
And with what weapons?
That's the point. They, once again, have no weapons to work with.
But Get Right is a man that can. Exist is a man that can. These are players that can and have dug teams out of ruts. History books have not yet been written. Pasha will be at the top of the banana walkway. Snacks is there to help him out with the bomb. Neo is going to try and pull players from mid. Bomb's been tossed down to the bottom of the banana, and Taz will pick it up. Neo's going deep on his own, but the rest of the players are over at B. And Snacks will be the man that'll lead this push in, and he'll get a headshot on to Get Right, and they're 4 frags away from victory now. It's Freiburg still in there though. Freiburg's not gone. And he will show himself at the right moment, which is a headshot onto Bjarly. He will eventually go down at the hands of Pasha. They're 3 frags away now, Virtus.pro, as they will move the bomb in. And it'll be Fifth Laren and Exist to come charging in, and Snacks to go mowing them down. One more will do it for Virtus.pro. It's all on Forest. He gets the first. He doesn't get the second. Virtus.pro have won. Taz has delivered in front of the home crowd. And MBK, your thoughts on that win?
That was just a masterclass from Virtus.pro. Look at that, they are extremely happy, and I think they are even happier knowing that they totally outplayed NiP. That was an immense game, and look at that, the whole crowd, it's a whole standing ovation from everyone, and Virtus.pro, they're just too happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your EMS One Katowice champions, Virtus.pro!
Ladies and gentlemen, Virtus.pro. What an absolutely amazing final that was. EMS One Katowice has not disappointed, and we have seen some phenomenal Counter-Strike played. Now, of course, that's not possible without these epic teams taking part. Of course, you tuning in at home and watching us in your hundreds of thousands. And of course, this amazing stadium filled with you guys. And last but not least, the all-important sponsors. So let's invite to the stage Agnieszka Ovara from Asus and Alexander Shahetko from Intel. Now, of course, it is time to invite up here a team that has played phenomenally throughout this entire tournament. You've shown them love. Show them love once again for the Ninjas in Pyjamas. And of course, that means that it is my great privilege and honor to announce our winners, Virtus.pro. I think in a second, buddy. Guys, it has been a phenomenal show. But please, look behind you. The honor is all yours. You are the champions of the EMS One Katowice. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Virtus.pro! One more time, the champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your EMS One Katowice champions, Virtus.pro! And that is it from the EMS One in 2014 as we look to a new dawn with ESL One next. Of course, on the stage right now, we're headed towards StarCraft 2. But before we get there, a quick thank you to all of the people involved in EMS One, all the people in the background, our commentary team who've delivered 4 fantastic days of commentary, to Lauren, to Jason, Sir Scoots, to all of the players who've stepped in to help us out on the analysis desk as well. We thank you very much. And finally, we are done for Counter-Strike, but you can be damn proud, Counter-Strike people. You're too far away, we're going to change channel, but next up, it's $100,000 on the line for StarCraft 2.